Welcome in for another edition of Coalgate Wildcat Football. The 2024 Coalgate Wildcats are presented by First Bank. The Wildcats are sponsored by Brown's Funeral Service and Farmers Insurance Agent Lucinda Holland. The Coalgate Wildcats are brought to you by Studeville Ford, Shamrock Bank, and Logan & Sons. Coalgate Wildcat Athletics are also sponsored by Cole County Farm Bureau, Triple Heart Boutique, and H&L Customs. Also helping to bring you the Coalgate Wildcats, the RX Shop, and Cole County Community Hospital. The Wildcats are sponsored in part by Flower Garden and the Cole County Tag Agency. And now let's head to the field for your Coalgate Wildcats.
And we are live here in Carter County, Oklahoma, in Dickson, home of the Comets for Week 0 matchup for the Coalgate Wildcats as they come visiting the Dickson Comets. As we have a moment of silence here, I'll step aside for just a minute.
Lord, we want to thank you for the opportunity to gather together tonight for this opportunity, this athletic contest. Lord, especially watch over all our athletes, cheerleaders, band members, everyone who's traveled to take part in tonight's festivities. Lord, may we remember that our opponents are also our neighbors and your people. May we always also remember to give you glory and praise. It's in Jesus' name that we pray. Amen.
And this is the Texoma Chevy Dealers pregame show. This summer, unlock the happiness in a new Chevy. From where you go to what you tow to who you bring along, find your summer adventure in your Chevy Summer Drive. Chevrolet, together, let's drive. I am Cody Newberry, joined alongside again this year Blaine Riley, Nathan Harden on the camera. We are here in Dickson, facing to the east where it has literally rained all around us, but right here in the pregame show. Both teams 0-0 on the season, both teams playing in Week 0. Coalgate Wildcats coming in off a 2-8 record last year. The Dickson Comets, they were 4-6, but it was literally a tale of two seasons with the Dickson Comets. We'll take a break. We'll be back here with the Triple Heart Boutique starting lineup on the other side of this. This is the Texoma Chevy Dealers pregame show right here on 107.5 KZIG, The Rock.
In a world full of possibilities and firsts, you need neighbors in your corner, experts who have your back, and a cheering section to keep you going. That's why we're here. For 100 years and counting, we've been the first bank of dreaming big and the first bank of what's next. At First Bank, we believe that anything's possible, and we're here to help you believe it too. First Bank, here for possibilities.
Logan & Sons in Atoka has the outdoor equipment from top brands to make your outdoor work or play a cinch. Still, Exmark, Hustler, Spartan, Intimidator UTVs, and Envy neighborhood vehicles are in stock and ready for you. Stop by today at 853 South Mississippi or call 580-889-3329. Logan & Sons proudly supporting all our local athletes.
Brown's Funeral Service in Atoka, Coalgate, Durant, and Medill are proud to be a part of the communities they serve. Since 1994, Brown's Funeral Service has proudly supported nonprofits, police and fire departments, local military members, and area schools. The staff at Brown's Funeral Service takes great pride in these endeavors because they realize it's more than being in business. It's about being a thread in the fabric of our community. Brown's Funeral Service, where service begins but never ends.
When it rains, it pours, so it's important for you to get the coverage that meets your needs. Farmers Insurance agent Lucinda Holland can help you understand your options so you can prepare for what the forecast brings. We know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two. Learn more by calling agent Lucinda Holland at 580-889-3744 to find out how she can help you protect the things that matter most to you. That's Lucinda Holland.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Underwritten by Farmers Truck Fire Insurance Exchanges and Affiliates. Products not available in every state.
And we are back here on the Texoma Chevy Dealers pregame show this summer. Happiness is a new Chevy. Chevrolet together. Let's drive. About 9 minutes left here in the pregame as we are waiting both teams to come out onto the field. We're still awaiting the captains for the coin toss. The Wildcats in the far, it's a long way over there.
The back 40 acres.
Back 40 acres where they're going to be coming here. So tonight, the Coalgate Wildcats again 0-0, taking on the Dickson Comets 0-0. This is the 9th all-time meeting. The series is all knotted up 4 games apiece, 4 wins, 4 losses for each team. They last met in 2009. Dickson put a thumping on Coalgate, 54-13. However, Coalgate won just that year before, 34-28. In both of those meetings in 18 and 20, they were as district opponents. Dickson, kind of a perennial 3A school. They're making the move down to 2A this year. Again, last year they were 4-6, 1-6 in district play, finished 7th in the district. They're under head coach Matt Suffel. In his 4th year, has an overall record of 6 wins and 24 losses for Coach Suffel. They were in Class 3A District 2 last year, moving down. Last year averaging 9.9 points a game while allowing a tremendous 33 points per game. Again, it was a tale of 2 seasons. Their non-district points per game, they average 15 points and only give up 7. But once they hit the district play, they average 7 points and give up 44 points per game. That particular district last year for Dickson was a bear with Plainview, Sulphur, Lone Grove. I believe Washington was in that district. Very, very meaty type of district that they're in, so they're very happy to move down to Class 2A this year for the Dickson Comets. For the Coalgate Wildcats, under head coach Zach Cater in his 2nd season, again finishing 2-8 last year, 1-7 in district play, finished 6th in the district. They won the opening district game last year against the Marietta Indians, and they ended up losing the last 6 in the season. Coalgate has not made the playoffs since 2018, not counting the COVID year. Coalgate was 1-6 in non-district games with the win last year, the opening weekend against Stratford, and then losing to Antlers and Allen last year. So Coalgate looking for 2 years in a row an opening game win. So at this time, we'll welcome Blaine Riley into the broadcast. Blaine, welcome back for another year.
Good to be back. Beautiful evening for football here in Dickson. Ready to get it going.
Absolutely beautiful evening. We talked earlier about how it rained all around us. Right now, we're in the upper 70s right now, Blaine. It's really nice. 78 degrees with an east-northeast wind 5 to 10 miles an hour. There for a while it was gusting up closer to 20 as these storms kind of passed us by, kind of really split us to the north and to the south. Blaine is going to have the Triple Heart Boutique starting lineup. Check out the Wildcat Sports Corner for all your Wildcat gear. Triple Heart Boutique located on Main Street in Coalgate. Blaine, take it away.
All right, your starting offense here in week 1 for the Wildcats. Quarterback number 11, sophomore Colby Brown. He's joined in the backfield at running back number 4, Bryson Stowe, who's a junior. At the wide receivers, right side number 10, Tristan Trevathan, who's a senior. The right side slot receiver is number 13, Tate Diaz, who's also a senior. On the left side, you have Trip Jones, number 1, as the left wide receiver. Left slot receiver is senior number 3, Zeke Marlowe. On the offensive line, left tackle, number 72, Ethan Nelson. Left guard, number 70, Axel McNutt. Center, number 52, Jeff Burris. The right guard, number 50, Coda Wainscott. and the right tackle, number 75, Caden Russell. On defense for the Wildcats, at the left defensive end is going to be number 75, Caden Russell. Nose guard, number 50, Coda Wainscott. Defensive tackle, number 27, Rowdy Hemphill. The right defensive end, number 8, Dax Childers. Middle linebacker, number 3, Zeke Marlowe. Left outside linebacker, number 4, Bryson Stowe. Right outside linebackers, number 55, Kyler Woods. At the corner position, left cornerback is number 10, Tristan Trevathan. Right cornerback, number 13, Tate Brown. And at safety, number 25, Che Barnett, and number 1, Trip Jones.
That was the Triple Heart Boutique starting lineup. You can find exciting styles and fashion with a wide variety of graphic tees and great brands such as Crazy Train, Gypsy Jazz, Very G, Mud Pie, and much, much more. Triple Heart Boutique, a proud sponsor of all Coalgate athletics. You've seen the captains were on the field. Coalgate did win the coin toss and has elected to receive here to start the game. They will be going right to left on your radio dial. Again, we've made the move to YouTube this year, so if you're not able to catch us on the radio, 107.5 KZIG, you can jump on YouTube, search at Coalgate Wildcats, the @ sign, the circle A, at Coalgate Wildcats. Click subscribe, and there you will find us broadcasting loud and proud here from Dickson, here on the Texoma Chevy Dealers pregame show, as Coalgate will be donning their all-white uniforms this year. Cursive Wildcats written across the front in purple block lettering, white pants with purple helmets for the Coalgate Wildcats. For the Dickson Comets, they are in a traditional blue-white uniform, solid white helmet, solid blue uniform with white numerals, and white pants for Dickson. Blaine, we got about 3.5 minutes left here on the Texoma Chevy Dealers pregame show. Got a couple of keys to the game here for the Wildcats here as we start off the 2024 football season.
Well, on offense, I think you want to be efficient and take care of the football, Cody. You gotta take care of it, not play sloppy, not have turnovers in this game, not give Dickson extra possessions, and you want to be efficient, move the ball down the field the way we think this offense is going to be able to do from how they've looked in scrimmages. I think it's a good idea to start with the football, let your offense kind of get their feet wet starting off the game and get in a rhythm. On defense, I think stopping the run is going to be a pretty big key against Dickson. Going to have to really play really physical on defense, rally to the football, and tackle well tonight on the defensive side of the ball. And obviously, if you can force a couple turnovers, would be huge as well on defense.
Dickson running the call it a wing T kind of option offense, a lot of motion. If you're not familiar with it, think of Davis, it would be more familiar to a Davis style of offense.
Similar to Davis, not exactly the same, but pretty similar.
Pretty similar. Maybe Holdenville runs kind of the similar what we played last year. And we'll see the same thing next week in Antlers. They run kind of the same offense. So this particular style of offense, the Wildcats will get to see a couple of times this year. So it's good for Coach Hopkins, Coach Cater, to kind of see this early on here in non-district play.
Yeah, I think that'll be big for when you get in those district matchups with those teams like Holdenville and Davis, having a couple of games in the non-district against similar type offenses, getting used to how to play and how to strategically how you try to stop those offenses will be key for the Wildcats. I think this is a really, really good scheduled game for that reason, to get you some experience there.
This has been the Texoma Chevy Dealers pregame show. This summer, happiness is a new Chevy. Find your summer adventure and bring along everyone you love. Chevrolet. Together, let's drive. I want to thank Texoma Chevy Dealers for sponsoring the pregame show. Back deep for the Wildcats to receive is going to be number 25, Che Barnett, and number 10, Tristan Trevathan, standing on about their own 10-yard line. Again, Coalgate right to left on your radio dial. Blaine, we've waited a long time. Seemed like summer goes slower every year when you're anticipating a new season, and a lot of excitement here around this season for the Coalgate Wildcats.
Yeah, a lot of optimism, and I think it's very rightfully so there. Second year under this really good coaching staff that we have now, more experience, more depth, more guys playing this year, and some of these skill guys just being a year older, a year stronger, a year more in the weight room. I think you could have a really good season here. It's going to be fun.
Mazingo, the senior, is going to be doing the kickoff duties here. Ball placed on the 40-yard line of Dickson. Blaine, glad you could join us. Nathan's here. Here we go, and the 2024 season kicks off. Barnett fumbles it at the 10, picks it up, finds some room to run over to the right side, tries to cut back to the middle, and is tackled at the 15-yard line. A little bit of nerves there for Barnett on that kickoff return. The Wildcats will start at their own 15-yard line.
Yeah, like you said, probably just a little bit of nerves there. Bobbled that one a little bit, but was able to recover it and get forward, gain about 5 yards after the point that he recovered it, get out to the 15. Not great field position to start. 85 yards to go is the goal on this drive. Excited here to see this Wildcat offense, what they've got in store for us this year.
Wind has died down some. The Wildcats going into the wind for what that matters. Brown at quarterback, shotgun formation. He's being flanked to his left by Stowe. Split receivers to both sides. Now Trevathan in motion. And it's going to be a jet sweep to Trevathan around the right side. Now turns it in reverse, and he's going to have a loss. Loss of about 5 yards on the first play for the Wildcats. It was a good job there by the defense to screen that on down, make Trevathan go backwards. It's second down and 15.
Yeah, not a lot of room there for Trevathan. He tried to stop and cut back to the other side of the field, and Dickson did a good job of defending that, stringing that out, and rallying to the football and getting him down for what's technically a pass on that pitch forward, loss of 4 on the play.
So maybe a passing situation here. Second and 15. Brown gets the snap. Throw over to Stowe. He's at the goal line. He's going to have to turn around and go up north, and he's pushed out of bounds past the 10, shy of the 15. Looks like they're going to mark him at about the 13-yard line. Gain of 3, so it'll be 3rd and 12 coming up now for the Wildcats.
Yeah, just a little safe play there with this bad field position. Swing it out to the running back, Bryson Stowe. He does a good job to get out of the backfield and get forward for a couple of yards here, but it sets up a 3rd and long here on this first possession for the Wildcats.
Dickson with a 3-man front. Wildcats split receivers to both sides. Stowe now in motion. Brown, quick throw to the far side. Caught, making some men move, and falls forward, maybe got a yard. Blaine. He's going to be short of the original line of scrimmage. It's going to be 4th down and maybe a yard, maybe 4th down and half a yard here for the Wildcats.
Yeah, it's just a safe play there on 3rd and long, deep in your own end. A little screen pass out to the right to Tate Diaz. Does what he can, but only gets about a yard on that play to set up 4th down.
Wildcats are lined up as if they're going to go for it. Brown does do some punting.
Tried to draw him off sides, and that's something the Wildcats were really good at last year. Dickson stayed very disciplined there, though.
Number 1 back to receive the punt. Austin Hart, here's the punt. It goes sky high and goes about 5 yards to the 20, and Dickson will take over at the Coalgate 20-yard line. Not how the coaches drew things up here on the first possession for the Wildcats. They're actually going to give Dickson at the Coalgate 21-yard line. 1st down and 10 for the Comets. Now going left to right on your radio dial.
Yeah, not the best punt there that time, not how you would draw it up, but get this Coalgate defense out here and see what they're made of this year. First possession for the defense comes on a short field.
Quarterback number 12, Colby Paulson. He goes under center. It's a handoff, and we've already got a flag on the play. I don't think Dickson was set.
Flag on the play.
And it is going to be a false start against the Comets. Paulson very quick to the line of scrimmage. Don't think he give his lineman time to get set.
Yeah, I think you're right there. They just never did fully get set. That's on the quarterback. You got to give them just a pause longer to let everybody get set before you snap that ball.
That pushes the ball back to the Coalgate 26-yard line. 1st and 15 now for the Comets.
Just a quick change from the starting lineup. Kyler Woods is actually wearing number 5, not number 55.
It's a handoff to Hart up the middle. He's tackled going across, maybe got to the original line of scrimmage. He did. He got 5 on that 1st down run. It's now 2nd down and 10 for the Comets.
Yeah, nice play there by the Comets, getting that penalty yardage back at least. Wildcats did a good job of getting him on the ground fairly quick, though, bringing up 2nd down and 10 from the 21.
Paulson again quickly under center, now I formation. Paulson gets a snap, handoff Hart, left side, and he's tackled at the line of scrimmage. Coming in, making the initial stop, that's number 1, freshman Trip Jones coming in from his cornerback position. Brings up 3rd down and 10.
Yeah, really nice play that time by Trip Jones, crashing down hard from that corner position and getting in the backfield, getting him on the ground for no gain there, bring up 3rd down and 10. And this is the goal if you're the Wildcat defense, is get Dickson in 3rd and long. They're not as comfortable there. You can maybe really make some things happen on 3rd down.
Paulson again back under center. Now it's going to be a jet sweep around the right side. Up to the 20, to the 15, tackled at the 14, 13-yard line, but we do have a flag back at the original line of scrimmage, and we're going to have a hold against Dickson. It's like they were going to be about 3 yards short of the line of the first down. The flag is thrown at the 20, so you're obviously going to take this penalty, Blaine, back Dickson up to the 30-yard line.
Yeah, huge break for the Wildcats getting that holding penalty there, because that was a nice 3rd and long play to actually was going to set up 4th and short. Now instead of 4th and 3, they're going to be looking at 3rd and about 19 or 20 from the 30.
And the Wildcats were given bad field position. Paulson under center, gets the snap, looking to throw. Looking downfield, he's covered, makes the throw. It's intercepted! Number 13, that's Tate Diaz, up the middle, and he's tackled at the 30-yard line. The Wildcats basically get the punt, and that's what you talked about, Blaine, how uncomfortable Dickson is on those passing situations. Paulson threw that into really no man's land there. Yeah, there was about 5 Wildcats standing around there. It could have been any of the Wildcats got that interception.
Yeah, for sure. Good job getting them in that 3rd and long, and then like you said, playing that good zone defense, had plenty of guys there, and Tate Diaz does a good job of picking that ball off, returning it out to about the 32-yard line, set up the Wildcats for their second possession with a little better field position, 1st and 10 from the 32.
So the first possession, we got a little bit of movement
Offsides
here on this. I think they may get Coalgate.
Right on the play.
Nelson, nope.
Offsides.
Guess Nelson was drawn offside. So that'll be a free 5 yards for the Wildcats. This is where you take advantage. A quick possession change. Dickson's committed a penalty here. It's 1st and 5. The playbook is wide open for Coach Cater and Coach Watkins. Looks like we're going to have Marlowe in the backfield with Stowe. Going to be a handoff to Stowe up the middle, and he's met in the backfield. Goes nowhere, loses yards, and a late flag comes in. May have a face mask
number 4, Bryson Stowe.
on Dickson. Personal foul. It is a face mask on Dickson. So the running play lost a couple of yards, but they get it back in the penalty yards. That's 15 yards, and that's going to put the ball right at midfield for the Coalgate Wildcats' first down of the season.
Yep, first down comes via a penalty, but you'll take it however you can get it. Get that first down, get in a little bit of rhythm for your offense. So that was not really a great play as Stowe, they were in the backfield immediately, had nowhere to go, lost about 3 yards, but fortunate to get the face mask and bring up 1st and 10 from midfield.
Yeah, the nose guard, number 74, 6'2", 265 pounds. Colby Brown gets a snap, rolling to his left, throws. Trevathan gets it caught in front of the Coalgate coaches. Up to the 40, pushed out of bounds at the Dickson 39-yard line. And that's a Coalgate 1st down and 10.
Yeah, good, just quick roll out to the right by Brown. Trevathan wide open in the flat there, about 5 yards downfield, and then he's able to turn it upfield and gain 11 yards for a 1st down to the 39-yard line. Good play.
That's the type of pass to get your quarterback comfortable. That was a quick, easy throw out of pocket. Shotgun formation. Brown claps his hands. Handoff. That's Barnett. Barnett up around the left side of the 35, and he's gang tackled at about the 33. Gains 7 yards on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 3 now for the Wildcats.
Good run that time by Che Barnett. Good blocking by the offensive line. Gets about 6 yards on that 1st down. Bring up 2nd down and 4. First successful run play there of the night for the Wildcats.
Barnett still in at running back. Split receivers. Brown, Dickson showing blitz, and they're offside again. That'll be another free 1st down for the Wildcats.
Flag on the play.
We've seen early here, Dickson not very disciplined here. A lot of penalties here early on in the first, 5 minutes of the game. It's 7:15 on the clock as the clock runs with a penalty flag. I'm not sure what's going on here.
Yeah, I'm not sure about the clock running, but you'll take the first down, another first down via the penalty, and that's twice now you've got them on offsides. The Wildcats did that a lot last year as well.
Marlowe now in the backfield with Barnett. It's going to be a handoff. Barnett around the right side, tries to get to the edge. Dickson doing a really good job getting to the edge. Barnett is able to fall forward for about 3 yards on that run, crossing the Dickson 25 up to about the 23, 24-yard line.
Yeah, not
second down and 6.
Oh, that's okay. Not a bad run that time on first down. It gets you about 4. It looked like Dickson was going to get that edge sealed off, and Barnett just kind of powered through that edge defender and got an extra couple of yards by doing it to bring up 2nd and 6.
Coalgate going to go bunch receivers to the left side. 3 receivers. Trevathan by himself to the top of the screen. It's going to be a handoff to Barnett up the middle. No, a quick pass out to, that's Jones crossing the 30 to the 25. He's tackled. Not after he got the first down. That'll move the chains. It'll be first down and 10. Trip Jones's first catch of the season.
Good play that time out of that bunch formation. Getting it out to Jones quickly, and he goes forward for about 7 or 8 yards down to the 15-yard line.
Be a handoff. Barnett up the middle, trying to find a hole. Crossing the 15, just shy of the 10. He may have got to the 10. That's where they're going to mark it. Big gain of about 5 yards on that play. The Coalgate Wildcats getting positive yards now on consecutive plays at 2nd and 5. The Wildcats quickly back to the line of scrimmage. Same formation, split receivers to the right. Brown, high snap, gets it gathered. Going to keep it himself. Quarterback roll around the left side.
Oh, what
past
move.
the 10, cuts back to the middle, take it down at the 5. He's going to be right at the line to gain. Nice little wrinkle there with a quarterback draw around the left side.
Looks like they're saying he's just short. So it's going to be 3rd down and just inches for the Wildcats there. That was a heck of a move by Colby Brown on the edge there. Put on the brakes, cut back inside, and got an extra 3 or 4 yards because of it.
5 minutes to go here in the first quarter. The Wildcats driving, looking for their first touchdown of the season. 2 receivers to the top of the screen. Jones by himself. High snap, handoff Barnett, and I don't think he got it. In fact, I think he lost some yards on the play. Dickson showing they've got the moves up front. Wildcats haven't really been able to get much straight up the middle. Wildcats go backwards. It's now 4th and 2.
Yeah, not a great run play that time on the short yardage situation. Loses a couple of yards. Like you said, they've not been much success up the middle so far. The runs that have been good so far have been to the edge.
Rowdy Hemphill now in at running back. Brown tried to get the offsides penalty for Dickson. Dickson didn't bite. 8 seconds.
I think Coach Cater may let this run down, call a timeout.
And that's what Coach Cater will do. He's going to call a timeout. We'll take one with him, the first timeout of the season. 4:07 to go. We're still scoreless. This is Wildcat football on 107.5 KZIG, The Rock.
As Oklahomans, we look out for one another, and at Oklahoma Farm Bureau Insurance, it's no different. With agents like Kevin Haney right here in Cole County, we always have someone close at hand with the advice and guidance you need to help you find affordable coverage and products for your home, auto, farm and ranch, business, life, and annuities. Please call Kevin Haney at 580-927-2324 or visit okfbinsurance.com today. Life insurance and annuity products offered through Farm Bureau Life Insurance Company. Property and casualty products are offered through Oklahoma Farm Bureau Mutual Insurance and affiliated companies. Oklahoma Farm Bureau Insurance, made of and made for Oklahomans.
In a world full of possibilities and firsts, you need neighbors in your corner, experts who have your back, and a cheering section to keep you going. That's why we're here. For 100 years and counting, we've been the first bank of dreaming big and the first bank of what's next. At First Bank, we believe that anything's possible, and we're here to help you believe it too. First Bank, here for possibilities.
And we're back here. Tristan Trevathan in at quarterback. It's going to be a designed Wildcat run, and he's going to be stuffed. The Dickson Comets get a 4th down stop. As we've seen multiple times here early, the right up the middle has not been working, and that's what the Wildcats chose to do.
Yeah, that one just was read really well by Dickson to start with. You brought Tristan into the backfield as kind of a Wildcat quarterback and just weren't able to get it blocked up well enough up the middle to let him get the yardage needed. In fact, he probably lost a yard. But that sets Dickson up deep in their own end of the field. They take over 1st and 10 from their own 7-yard line.
So we've seen Coalgate have possession deep into their end of the field. Now Dickson takes over deep on their end. Ball placed at the 12. Paulson under center. Gets the snap, handoff. Running back met in the backfield. He's going nowhere. Loses 2 yards on the play back to the 10-yard or back to the 5-yard line. They're going to give him forward progress to the 6. It'll be 2nd down and 12 now for the Comets.
Yeah, good push by that Wildcat defensive line, getting in the backfield, letting those linebackers come in and kind of clean up the mess at the end and get him on the ground. But good job by those linemen of just kind of occupying the Dickson offensive linemen and letting the linebackers do their job.
Paulson now back under center. It's going to be a jet sweep around the left side, and beautifully done by the Wildcats. Tackle made on the play.
It's Kyler Woods, number 5.
Kyler Woods, number 5, coming down from his linebacker position. No gain on the play, 3rd and 12.
Yeah, that play was strung out really well. Tate Diaz did a good job of kind of setting the edge out from his corner position, not letting them get around that edge, and Kyler came flying in and cleaned up the back end of that play, getting him on the ground for no gain, setting up exactly what you want here. Third down and long, deep in their own end.
Paulson under center. Man in motion. Misdirection, handoff. Number 0, and he's going backwards. Didn't get to the 5. He's met in the backfield. Coalgate disrupting. That's number 3, Zeke Marlowe, the other linebacker. It's now 4th and 13 now for the Wildcats, or excuse me, for the Comets, and it's obvious punting situation.
Yeah, really good job by the Wildcats getting in the backfield, blowing that play up, and really good job, set up 4th and long.
Tate Diaz, Tristan Trevathan now back to receive the punt. 2 minutes and 10 seconds to go in this quickly run first quarter of play. Punter standing about 5 feet from the back line in his own end zone.
Dixon's still trying to run people on. They're going to have to call a timeout here.
Dixon calls a timeout. Special teams going to cost Dixon their first timeout, so both teams now calling a timeout. 1:55 to go here in the first quarter. Blaine will leave it right here as we've seen the Wildcat defense really stand up here. Bow up has looked really sharp so far, the Wildcat defense here against the Dickson Comets.
Yeah, Wildcat defense has been very stout so far. You get them in a 3rd and really long, their first possession deep in your own end, and force the turnover on the interception. Next offensive possession for Dickson, they start deep in their own end, and you've made them go backwards once again. It's 4th down and about 12 or 13 here from their own 4 or 5 yard line, and should have really good field position no matter how this punt shakes out.
Even with the wind kind of to the back, the ball might carry just a little bit, but Diaz and Trevathan, they're standing on their own 35 to 40 yard line. Coalgate should have really good field position.
We'll say this, watching Dickson in warm-up, their punter does seem to have a pretty big leg.
Yeah.
He was booting it pretty good in warm-ups.
That is Hart. He does the punting duties. Number 1, Austin Hart, 5'10", 190. Here's the snap.
And we got a
and
flag.
We got a flag.
Like a false start.
And we got another penalty against Dickson. That's false start. That'll be half the distance, so that'll move it back to about the 3 yard line.
Yeah, about a 2.5 yard penalty there.
Dixon, a lot of penalties here early here in the first quarter.
Been pretty sloppy for Dickson so
Very
far,
sloppy
for sure.
for the Comets here. First rattle out of the box. That moves Diaz and Trevathan up to their own 35. Coalgate showing pressure. High snap. Hart just barely gets it away. Doesn't go very far. High hang time. Diaz calls fair catch at about the 32-yard line. And that's where the Wildcats will take over. 1st and 10 from the Dickson 32 as the clock continues to run.
Finally stopped it.
Finally stops. I'm confused.
It's first game of the year, Cody, for everybody, even the clock operators.
So hadn't figured out that stop button yet. So the Wildcats will take over 1st and 10 at the Dickson 32-yard line. Again, right to left on your radio dial. We've seen the Wildcats be successful in their last offensive possession, move the ball all the way down to the Dickson 10-yard line before the series stalled out with a turnover on downs. 3 receivers now to the right side. Trip Jones by himself, the bottom of the screen. Stowe back in at quarterback. Brown gets the snap. Shotgun formation, looking to throw. Throws it left side to Jones, and just over Jones's head. Incomplete pass. Pretty good coverage there on that play. Falls incomplete. Second down and 10 now for the Wildcats.
Yeah, there was good coverage on that play. Good job by the Wildcats of taking a shot, though. You had single coverage on this side on Jones, and Colby Brown did a good job of putting that one out there where his guy was going to get it or nobody was going to get it. Lived to play another down here, 2nd and 10.
We're going to bring Zeke Marlowe in now behind the line of scrimmage. Brown going to roll to his right. Quick throw out to the flat. Trevathan catches it at the 30, up to the 25. Tiptoes down the sideline, and he's pushed out of bounds with a late hit coming up here by Hart. So Trevathan gets 11 on the play. That'll move the chains, and they'll add 15 yards on top of that, Blaine.
Flag on the play.
I think they're actually marking him out at the 25. I think they're saying he stepped out a little earlier.
So picked up about 8 yards, 7 yards on that passing catch, and a late hit out of bounds by Dickson. Should move the Wildcats into the red zone area with a minute and a half to go here in the first quarter.
Against Dickson, a late hit.
Yeah, from the 25, that should be half the distance, should put it down about the 12, 13-yard line.
If it seems extra loud here, we're standing literally underneath the PA system on top of the press box. We can reach out and touch this speaker, so bear with us. We'll have ibuprofen on the way home. Brown, shotgun formation, gets a snap, handoff Stowe up the middle. Crossing the 10, and that's where he's going to be stopped at about the 10-yard line. Picks up 2 yards on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 8 now from the Dickson 10-yard line.
Looked like there was going to be some more room initially on that play, but Dickson did a good job of closing that down pretty quick after a gain of about 2.5 yards. Bring up 2nd and 8 here from the 10.
Game clock now, a minute and 5 seconds to go here in this first quarter.
Definitely has been better room running to the edge so far than up the middle. Dickson's done a pretty good job of slowing the Wildcats down when they try to run it up the middle.
Marlowe Jones, bottom of the screen. It's going to be Diaz and Trevathan top. Be a handoff to Stowe, and he's met in the backfield. They're just blowing right up the middle of this Wildcat offensive line. Stowe loses big yards on that play. All the way back to the Dickson 15-yard line. It's going to be 3rd and about 14.
Yeah, Dickson brought a linebacker right up the middle, right over the center on that play, making it really difficult to get that blocked up for the Wildcats.
Dickson starting to show more blitz here as they're kind of reading this offensive line. Looks like Coach Cater will be content. No, he will have to run a play here. Play clock under 10. Brown shotgun formation. 3rd and 13. And it's going to be a handoff Stowe up the middle, and again he's met in the backfield. He might have got back to the line of scrimmage. I think they're saying he lost a half a yard, and the Wildcats go backwards on that 3rd down play. That concludes the first quarter of the season, and we're all knotted up 0-0. Defensive struggle here in Dickson. We'll take a break and be right back here as we start the second quarter here on 107.5 KZIG The Rock.
A community bank is far more than just a bank that offers the services such as online and mobile banking, mobile deposit, and loans that fit your needs. A community bank invests in the community it serves. Your phone call will be answered by local people you already know and will make you feel welcome by greeting you as you enter the lobby. At Shamrock Bank, we effectively combine convenient banking technology with people you know and trust. It really is the people that make the difference. At Shamrock Bank, you are more than a customer, and we are more than a bank. Shamrock Bank, member FDIC.
Looking for the perfect outfit or a unique gift? Visit Triple Heart Boutique. The latest trends in women and children's clothing, stylish accessories, and charming decor. Show your team pride with their exclusive Spirit Wear collection. Need an energy boost? Stop by for one of their refreshing teas and stay glowing all year long with their tanning and red light beds. Open Tuesday through Friday from 6 to 6 and Saturday 10 till 2. Visit Triple Heart Boutique at 117 North Main Street in Coalgate.
And we're back here in Carter County, Oklahoma. Just to the northeast side of Ardmore sits a little sleepy town, Dickson, home of the Comets, as we start the second quarter here. 12 minutes on the clock. 0-0 here in the first game of the season for both these teams as the sun continues to set. Beautiful sunset behind us back to the west. We flip sides of the field. Now the Wildcats flip sides on your radio, left to right, shotgun formation. Brown gets a snap. Throw deep, back corner of the end zone.
Beautiful.
Caught! Strike up the band there. Touchdown Wildcats.
Beautiful
Tristan Trevathan,
play.
back corner of the end zone. And the Wildcats get on the board first.
What a well-run route that time by Tristan Trevathan. The old out-and-up kind of route there from Trevathan. Brown did a good job of waiting on it and selling it, and he was wide open kind of in that right corner of the end zone. Beautiful pass, beautiful route run for the first touchdown of the year. Nice play.
Coalgate going to line up to go for 2 here. Shotgun formation. Again, split receivers to both sides of the ball. Stowe flanking Brown. Now sends Stowe out of the backfield to the left. Brown has time, throws short, and it's batted at the line of scrimmage, falls harmlessly incomplete. And the 2-point conversion is unsuccessful, but the Wildcats get on the board first. It's 6-0. First play of the second quarter. We'll take a quick break and be right back here on the Ion Sports Network.
Logan & Sons in Atoka has the outdoor equipment from top brands to make your outdoor work or play a cinch. Still, Exmark, Hustler, Spartan, Intimidator UTVs, and Envy neighborhood vehicles are in stock and ready for you. Stop by today at 853 South Mississippi or call 580-889-3329. Logan & Sons proudly supporting all our local athletes.
In a world full of possibilities and firsts, you need neighbors in your corner, experts who have your back, and a cheering section to keep you going. That's why we're here. For 100 years and counting, we've been the first bank of dreaming big and the first bank of what's next. At First Bank, we believe that anything's possible, and we're here to help you believe it too. First Bank, here for possibilities.
11:54 to go here on the clock as the Wildcats line up for the kickoff. They'll spot the ball at their own 40-yard line. Dickson now right to left on your radio dial. Doing the kickoff duties this year for the Wildcats. Number 23, Jet Walkup, freshman kicker. There's the whistle, and here's the kick. It's a short line drive kick over to the far side. Fumbled, dropped at the 25, picked up at the 20. Now back to the middle, looking for a hole. Still looking, going backwards, and he falls. Tackled by Trip Jones inside the 20 at the 19-yard line.
Really
Dickson loses about 6 yards on that kick return there, Blaine.
Yeah, really good kick coverage by the Wildcats. It was kind of a line drive kick, but it wasn't right at anybody. He was trying to field it on the run, bobbled it. By the time he picked it up, tried to come all the way back across the field and lost yardage doing so. Dickson will take over at their own 19-yard line to start this drive.
After this play, we'll let Blaine go over the stats on that drive, that touchdown drive for the Wildcats. Paulson under center. Ball spotted at the Dickson 19. It's going to be a pitch play over to the right side of the lineup. Crossing the 20, tackled from behind, pushing the pile, crossing the 25. Tough run there. Number 0, DeJuan Williams, 5'10", 180 senior, pushes the pile by himself for a gain of 10 yards on the play. It'll be enough for a Dickson Comet first down and 10.
Yeah, first down for the Comets. Really nice run that time. That last drive for the Wildcats covered 32 yards. End of it on a 4th down play was a 16-yard touchdown pass, beautiful route run to the corner of the end zone. Colby Brown to Tristan Trevathan for the 6.
Paulson under center, bunch formation, handoff, up the middle. That's Hart. Up just shy of the 40. They're going to mark him at the Dickson 39. Picks up about 9 yards. That's 2 consecutive chunk plays they're given up by the Wildcat defense. 2nd and 1 now.
Yeah, so far on this drive, I think Dickson has started handing it off to a different guy in that wing T formation than what they've really been doing the first couple of possessions. And Wildcats are going to have to adjust to that quickly here as they've got 2 nice runs covering almost 20 yards to start this drive out.
So far it's been Hart and Williams getting running back duties for the Comets. And now it's Hart in the backfield. I formation, and we got a flag. Pre-snap penalty, and I believe it's another false start. Coach Suffel just puts his hands on his hips, shakes his head. As we await the call. These
is a false start.
False start against the Comets. So what was 2nd and 1 be 2nd and 6 now for the Comets.
And that penalties have really helped the Wildcat defense out so far. Dickson has been pretty sloppy on these first 3 possessions. Been at least 1 penalty on each offensive possession so far for Dickson.
2nd and 6 now for the Comets. Ball just shy of the Comet 35-yard line. 10:22 to go here before halftime. Be sure and stick around for the Logan and Sons halftime show. Handoff. Met in the backfield. Good job there. Number 8, Dax Childers, comes in from that defensive end position, crashes, and he meets the running back in the backfield. I believe that was Williams that time with the carry. Loses about a yard. Be 3rd and 7 now. Maybe a long 6 coming up here for the Comets.
Yeah, really good job by Childers that time, crashing from his defensive end position, coming in there, making a strong tackle for short loss on the play. And now you've got the Comets once again where you want them in 3rd and long here, 3rd and about 7. They got to get it just past the 40, looks like.
Paulson under center. Gets a snap. Handoff, first man through, and he goes nowhere. Met at the line of scrimmage by the entire defensive front of the Wildcats. Like Rowdy Hemphill, the last one off the pile. And looks like Dickson's going to bring in punt formation.
Really nice job by the interior of that defensive line. Hemphill and Coda Wainscott doing a good job of plugging up the middle there. Just a short gain on that 3rd and long play, bringing up 4th and about 5.5 here. Does look like Dickson will punt.
Hart punting, standing at his own 25-yard line, punting into the wind. Here's the punt. Line drive punt, pushes Trevathan back, catches it at the 25. Now turns.
Oh, what a block.
Up to the 30, and a late flag coming in.
Oh, I don't like that
May
call.
have a crackback penalty here as there's a Dickson Comet on the field. But
it was a huge block, but I really think it was legal. I thought he was looking at him myself. I didn't really think that was a crackback block, but that's what they're going to call.
Couldn't tell who did
It was Kyler Woods that delivered that blow on the block.
That's what Coach Cater's out there talking to the officials. He was
looking
saw
at
the
him.
same thing. They were shoulder to shoulder with each other.
Yeah, he was looking at him. That's not a blindside block.
And the penalty was really late.
Yeah, that was like it was from the official that was on the Dickson sideline. I'm sure he was hearing a earful from that sideline and decided to throw the flag. But I really don't agree with that one.
Penalty occurred at the Coalgate 25-yard line. So it will be a 15-yard penalty. If that's what it is. Personal foul against the Wildcats.
Personal foul, Coalgate.
Pushes the ball inside the 15 down to the 13-yard line.
12-yard line.
That's where the Wildcats will take over. Here their second possession, as the first only play they've had in this quarter resulted in a touchdown. Wildcats left to right on your radio dial. 8:47 to go here in the first half. Split receivers. Trevathan in motion. And it's going to be a quarterback read option. It's hands off to Stowe up the middle. Didn't quite get to the 15. Might have got a yard on the play up to the Coalgate 14-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and 9 for the Wildcats.
Yeah, Dixon's run defense is pretty stout up the middle. These run plays are not getting a whole lot up the middle. Wildcats getting about 2 on that one to bring up 2nd and long here, 2nd and about 8 from the 15.
Jones, Marlowe, and Diaz now bunched together on the top of the screen to the left side of the line of scrimmage. Trevathan by himself. Stowe flanking Brown to his right. Shotgun formation. Gets a snap. Handoff. Stowe being chased from behind. Gets to the edge. 15, 20. Still on his feet to the 25. And that's where he's taken down past the 25 up to the 26. Maybe 27. They're going to give him forward progress. That's enough for a Coalgate Wildcat. 1st down and 10.
Yeah, good run that time over the left side of the offense around the left edge. Stowe picking his way, and that's where the Wildcats have had some success running the ball so far, is around the edges. Up the middle has been very stout. There's been some room to run around the edges.
Wildcats look over to the sideline for the play call. Marlowe now moves in behind the right tackle. Brown gets snapped, looking to throw, has time, throws across the middle, high pass, and it's intercepted. That's Hart running it back to the 20, to the 15, to the 10, and he's taken down inside the 10 at the 9-yard line. It was a high pass there by Colby Brown across the middle. Diaz jumped with all he could. He wasn't able to get it. And that's an interception there by the Coalgate Wildcats. First turnover of the season for the Wildcats.
Yeah, and I would say probably the first poorly thrown ball of the night by Colby Brown. He had his man there. He just threw it a little high. Diaz not quite able to climb the ladder and get it, and Dickson's safety was right there behind it, ready to make that interception, and a good run back just inside the 10-yard line. Wildcat defense will have to be stout once again, as they have been so far tonight, to keep Dickson out of the end zone here.
This is the closest that the Comets have been to scoring all night. It'll be first and goal from the Coalgate 10-yard line. 7.5 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Paulson going to go under center. Drain now in the backfield. It's going to be a pitch to the right side. Cuts back to the middle. Oh! He's met. My goodness. I believe it's Zeke Marlowe scraping down, and he just absolutely decleats Drain for no gain on the play. It'll be second down and goal from the 9.
What a play from his middle linebacker position by Zeke Marlowe. Introducing himself to the running back in a very violent way on that one. That was a really good hit. He's going to feel that one for a while, and it goes for no gain as well. Heck of a play there by Marlowe.
We've seen the Wildcats pretty thunderous tonight as far as tackling goes.
Playing very physical.
Very physical, which is exactly what Coach Hopkins, the defense coordinator, wants. Paulson under center. In motion, run up the middle, and it's blocked nowhere. Runs right into Denny forehand. Nose guard for the Wildcats. Goes nowhere on that play. It'll be third down and goal from the 10.
Yeah, Denny did a really nice job of clogging the middle up there. Zeke Marlowe coming in to help clean it up at the end, too. And so far, you've done what you needed to do on this defensive possession. They're third and goal, and they're still out right where they started, just inside the 10-yard line.
Dickson with 2 plays here. This is 4-down territory. I didn't see anybody kicking field goals in pregame, so I don't think either team really has a field goal kicker. Paulson under center. Ball spotted at the Coalgate 10. Handoff, looking to throw. Rolls to the right, throws back of the end zone, and it's intercepted. Che Barnett with an interception. He falls down smartly in the end zone. Che Barnett climbs the ladder, picks the pass off by Paulson back of the end zone, and the Wildcats stuff the Dickson Comets. The Wildcats will now take over with 6:02 to go in the second quarter.
Yeah, good pressure being applied on the quarterback on that play-action pass. I believe it was Bryson Stowe that had the pressure. Good job by Barnett being there for the interception, and then wisely just going down in the end zone, as he was not going to be able to get it very far if he tried to run it back. And Wildcats will take over 1st and 10 from their own 20 after the interception in their end zone.
Coalgate defense has showed up and showed out so far here.
That's a heck of a defensive stand after a turnover, drop-dead turnover in your own end of the field.
And they got no yards on 3 plays.
Heck of a job by the defense.
Tristan Trevathan now in at quarterback, being flanked to his left by Rowdy Hemphill. Gets a snap. Quarterback design run, bounces it out to the left side, tries to cut back to the middle, crossing the 20, pushing the pile, and he's going to be tackled just shy of the 25. They're going to mark forward progress at about the 24-yard line. Picks up 3 or 4 yards on the play. It'll be second down and 7 for the Wildcats.
Yeah, just a good, safe first down play there, getting you 3 or 4 yards, getting you a little room, keeping you on schedule, second and medium here. Trevathan did a nice job on that quarterback draw, getting what he could. See what the Wildcats do here on second down.
They're going to leave Trevathan in at quarterback. The official comes in late to reset the football. There's no hash marks here, so they're just kind of winging it. Trevathan flanked by Hemphill to his left. Blitz coming up the middle, picked up, handoff, Hemphill up the middle, crossing 25 to the 30, lowers his shoulder, tackle just shy of the 35, looks like the 33, and that's going to move the chains for another Wildcat first down and 10.
Yeah, Rowdy Hemphill with a really nice physical into that run there. Good blocking initially, getting him a lot of room, and finishing it tough physically all the way out to about the 35-yard line.
Same formation. Trevathan gets a snap, high snap, is able to get it gathered up, trying to get to the edge around the right side to the 30, to the 40, to the 45, and pushed out of bounds in front of the Dickson bench at the 48-yard line. Moves the chains again, back-to-back first downs for the Wildcats.
Good job by Trevathan of fielding that snap initially and then getting to the edge. Made a nice move once he was on the edge to pick up an extra 5 or 6 yards and another Wildcat first down. Nice play.
It'll be first down and 10 now from the Coalgate 48-yard line. Just inside 5 minutes, 4:56 to go here. Trevathan and Hemphill still in the backfield. Marlowe lone receiver to the near side. Diaz Jones to the top of the screen.
There's a little confusion here on what the play is and where people are supposed to be.
5 seconds on the play clock. Trevathan gets snap. High snap, ball's on the ground, and Hemphill has to crawl for it. Picks it up at the 40, loses about 10 yards on that play. There was confusion from the get-go. Hemphill was confused. Trevathan was confused.
Yeah,
then a poor snap to add on top of that, and it's now second down and about 20.
A lot of confusion there in the backfield from the beginning. And then, like you said, a little bit of a poor snap, a little bit of a wide snap that Trevathan couldn't field cleanly. Hemphill did a good job of just getting back on that football and retaining possession for the Wildcats. But now it's second and long. Looks like Colby Brown's coming back in at quarterback now.
A passing situation here for the Wildcats. Play clock at 5 here.
Yeah, may have to burn a timeout here. Looks like that's what they're going to do.
Coalgate will call a timeout. 4:08 to go here as they do stop the clock this time. 6-0 here in favor of the Wildcats. We'll leave it right here. Got a few minutes left here before halftime. Second down and 19 coming up for the Wildcats. Blaine, we've seen a couple back-to-back plays there where the Wildcats were able to get a first down, and then a little bit of confusion there with either the play call or the formation. Kind of took that first down play and erased it.
Yeah, you've had a couple of kind of wide snaps in a row. Even the play before that Trevathan made a really nice run on, the snap was a little bit wide. He did a good job of fielding that one. And that's something that can even be just a little bit of a difference of quarterbacks and where they're wanting the ball. The center has been used to Brown and where he wants it and snapping it there. And Trevathan maybe not quite on the same page with the center on those snaps. Could be a little bit of the issue too there. And see what the Wildcats come out here and try to do on second and long. You know, ideally you'd like to, if you can find a way to get about half of this on the second down play and set you up for a manageable third down here.
So we've seen some kind of special packages here with Tristan Trevathan a couple of times in at quarterback. Kind of the veteran of the group, played quarterback mostly last year, is more comfortable in the wide receiver position but can play quarterback to kind of take a little bit of pressure off the young Colby Brown.
And that may be just to give him a minute to recoup after the interception, kind of gather his thoughts before you put him back in there.
Brown with a snap, has room to throw, throws it across the middle, and it's caught. Oh my goodness.
Oh, that's got to be a flag.
And then a taunting. There won't be a flag on the penalty, but there will be a flag on the taunting after.
Well, to me, even the hit, even though I think it's a clean hit, if you call it on us on the punt, you got to call just the hit on that too, and then definitely the taunting after. Definitely a penalty here.
That was a defenseless player there in midair as Brown knocked his helmet off. He'll probably have to come sit out a play.
And once again, I'll say I don't necessarily have a huge problem with the hit.
Yeah.
But if you're going to call the hit on the punt on us, you got to call that hit as well.
So the officials discussing things right at midfield. Regardless, I believe the Wildcats are going to get 15 yards back.
I think what they're probably discussing is that a targeting and he's out of the game is probably what they're really discussing.
Here's the call here. We do have a personal foul on Dickson.
Looks like no targeting.
No targeting. So
I think that's probably the right call.
I think they got him on the taunt as the player couldn't tell. I believe it was number 4, Caleb Casis. I believe it was the standing over Jones as he was laying on the ground.
And probably so. You know, like I said, I don't have necessarily a huge problem with the hit. I think it's more the taunting after.
There's a personal foul against Dickson. So talk about getting half that yards back. They got
all of it. And that'll be an automatic first down now, too.
Will be an automatic first down after the personal. That's a personal foul, so any personal foul penalties is an automatic first down.
Now it'll be marked off from the line of scrimmage though, because it wasn't a completed pass. But it will be an automatic first down.
Should be down to about the Dickson 45. It should be just shy of the 45. Oh, wait.
Or maybe they're calling the hit and the taunting both. Double whammy, maybe. They have to be moving the ball that far.
Yep. To get that much penalty, that's 30 yards. So yeah, they were able to. So they did call the penalty on us on the crackback block. They did get the penalty here on the defenseless player, as Trip Jones was I mean, he was all up in midair. He had
yeah,
no
he kind of
way
bobbled
to
it. The ball got to
Yeah.
him, and he kind of bobbled it and was trying to regather it
Yeah.
when that hit came.
So the Wildcats will have possession now in Dickson territory, just shy of the 30-yard line, 1st and 10. Split receivers. Brown in the backfield, gets a snap, looking to throw, quick throw, and it falls incomplete. Intended receiver Trip Jones. They were trying to set up a wide receiver screen there on that left side. It falls incomplete. 2nd down and 10 now for the Wildcats.
Yeah, it's too bad, too, because it looked like they had it set up pretty well. Brown just led him a little bit too far with that throw. Bring up 2nd and 10 from the 30.
That does stop the clock with right at 4 minutes to go here. The Wildcats trying to add some points here before halftime, as the Comets will have possession as we start the second half. Brown shotgun formation. Now raises up, looks back over at offensive play call. 8 seconds on the play clock. Gets a snap, handoff, Barnett up the middle. Zigs and zags up the middle, crossing the 30. Doesn't quite get to the 35. They're going to mark him at the 33. 34-yard line, gain of 4 yards on the play. It'll be 3rd down and 6.
Yeah, decent run that time by Barnett, picking his way for about 4 yards there to bring up a 3rd and 6. Definitely, I would think 4-down territory here, as deep as you are into Dickson's end of the field at this point. So
and
you got
good
2
as your
plays.
defense has played tonight.
Yeah, you got 2 plays to get 6 yards here.
3 receivers to the right side. Trip Jones by himself top of the screen. Gets a snap, rolling. He could tuck it and run, throws it, and he throws another interception.
Yeah, and I don't know even if it had been a completed pass. I think he might have been across the line of scrimmage before he threw it.
Yeah. Brown with a bad pass there in Dickson Comet player. The Comets will take over at their own 20-yard line. It looks like Brown had enough room to run for the 1st down.
Yeah, I think that's one where Colby probably needs to just tuck it and run. He had some room. If he didn't get the 1st down, he was going to at least get positive yardage and set you up for a 4th and short. That's just part of a young quarterback having to learn and grow.
Yep.
And he will. He's played really at times pretty well so far tonight, save for those 2 throws.
So the Comets will take over, actually back them up to their own 18-yard line. So 3:15 to go here in the second quarter. Paulson's going to go under the center, trying to lead the Comets to pay dirt here before halftime. It's going to be a reverse to the left side, and the Wildcats sniff that out. Dickson loses yards, loses about 2 yards on that play back to the 16-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and 11 now coming up for the Comets.
That's a really nice play by Rowdy Hemphill. He had been blocked and was on the ground and just kind of reached out and was able to get the feet of the runner there and bring him down for the loss of a couple yards. Really nice play. Bring up 2nd and long.
Looks like Dickson kind of getting into that bag of tricks. Haven't had a lot of success moving the ball at all.
Yeah, and they're kind of in the
reverse play.
They're kind of in the position here too. They want to at least burn quite a bit of this clock, if nothing else, and not give the Wildcats much of a chance on offense before the break.
Wildcats do have 2 timeouts.
It's like a
timeout. Like timeout. Dixon's going to call a timeout. They're going to use one of theirs. That stops the clock. 2 minutes and 31 seconds to go here before halftime. We'll leave it here.
Each team with 1 timeout left in the first half now, as they've both burned 2. Really good defense so far for the Wildcats. Very impressed. You know, and Coach Cater even said it in the interviews with the local TV channels, the football previews for the year, that we're going to really hang our hat on defense this year and be a really good defensive team, and definitely looks like it so far here tonight for sure.
Defense looks the part here in Dickson, as the Comets have really struggled to move the ball with any type of consistency. They had 2 plays there, I believe it was last possession or maybe the possession before, where they were able to get 8-9 yards back to back, but after that, it's been a complete shutdown.
If you want to look at stats here real quick while we're on this timeout, Dickson has 1 first down. They've rushed the ball 12 times for a total of 20 yards so far tonight. 0 of 2 throwing the ball.
Less than 2 yards per carry.
Both passes have been picked off as well.
So the Comets now come out in I formation. Looks like Hart is going to be in the backfield behind the fullback. Williams. Paulson under center. Some confusion on the offensive line now. Paulson under center. Gets the snap. Handoff. Hart. Right side. Line of scrimmage crossing the 20 up to about the 22. Was able to get a few yards on the play. but it's still going to set up a long third down, and we'll call it 6 here.
Yeah, it's one of the better runs of the night so far for Dickson, really, over the left side of their offensive line. They actually blocked it up pretty well, able to get 6 yards before the Wildcats brought them down.
Again, be sure and stick around for the Logan and Sons halftime show. We'll have first half stats. We'll get a look at both bands here tonight. And get set for the second half, as well as some scores from across the area. 3rd and 6 coming up. It's going to be a pass rolling right side, and he's pushed out of bounds at about the original line of scrimmage. Coach Suffel thinks he's going to get a flag. That was nothing to that. No gain on the play, 4th down and 6.
And running out of bounds stops the clock.
Yeah.
So the Wildcats are able to still have that one timeout in their hip pocket if they want to try to do something with it once they get the ball back here. Really nice defense. The Wildcats have done a really good job of staying disciplined on those play action pass attempts on those 3rd and medium, 3rd and long so far. Really good coverage on that one.
1:47 to go. The clock is stopped as the punt time. Bad snap, gathers it up. Short punt, though. It's going to bounce at the 40 and take a Coalgate hop. Actually going to die right at the Dickson 40-yard line.
Yeah, and some of the Wildcats are way too close to that ball. Need to just get away and
Nothing
let Dickson
good comes
down
from
it.
that. Nothing good comes from that. That burned some time off the clock as well. As 1:33 to go, the Wildcats have one timeout remaining. See how aggressive Coach Cater wants to go with about 40 yards here. You have a quarterback that's thrown 2 interceptions here in the first half.
I would think you try maybe some safe short pass plays here early in this possession, see if you can get him going. You hate to waste this good of field position. You got 1:33 and a timeout. Would love to find a way to put it in the end zone here, make them pay for that short punt and go up 2 scores before halftime.
Looks like we're going to go back to the Wildcat package with Tristan Trevathan in at quarterback. Kyler Woods in kind of that tight end fullback position. It's going to be a quarterback draw up the middle, bounces around at the 40, still trying to find a hole. Crosses the 40 up to the 39, maybe gained a yard on the play. 2nd down and 9 now for the Wildcats.
Yeah, not much room there that time. Trevathan trying to be really patient and pick his way for as much as he can, but only gets about a yard out of that. And after that play doesn't do as much. Wildcats not in a huge hurry here, doesn't look like.
Trevathan in at shotgun. Blitz coming. Trevathan rolling to his right, looking to throw, being pressured from behind. Throws it
you're going to have a hold
for grabs, and it's going to fall incomplete, but I believe we will have a hold. It's kind of a dangerous throw there by Tristan Trevathan, holding back behind the play.
Yeah, you could see one of the offensive linemen take a Dickson defender all the way to the ground, and a lot of times that is going to get you a hold just about every time.
Flag was thrown at the Dickson 47-yard line. So that's going to push Coalgate all the way back into their own side of the 50, back to the Coalgate 45-yard line. You got to imagine it's probably just going to be a couple of run plays here.
2nd down and 25 for the
to get out of
Wildcats.
the first half. Probably 2 plays here would do it.
Yeah, I think you'd probably just run the ball a couple times here. It's only 2nd down and be content to go to half.
It's 2nd and 25 for those keeping track. Trevathan gets a snap, blitz coming. Run up the middle, crossing the 45 up to the 50. Has a little room to run to the right, left side. Now to the Dickson 45, pushed out of bounds. No flag thrown, stops the clock at 42 seconds. Trevathan gets a lot of that penalty yards back. It's now 3rd down and about 14.
Yeah, good run that time by Trevathan. Good blocking on the edge once he got it outside, was able to get about 11 yards there. Make this a little bit more manageable 3rd down. But with this field position, I think you're probably just going to run it one more time and use as much clock as you can.
42 seconds on the game clock. 3rd and 14 from the Dickson 44-yard line. Shotgun formation. Trevathan gets a snap. Pass play, looking to throw. Throws it deep down the far side, and it's intercepted at the 10. It's not a bad play. It's the same as a punt. 35 seconds on the clock. The Comets will take over at their own 10-yard line. They have 90 yards to go in 30 seconds. That ball just kind of hung up in the air, and Trip Jones is unable to go and get it.
Yeah, good coverage there. Dickson had that covered well, just taking a chance there. And like you said, it basically like a punt. Only bad thing about it is it happened on third down with still some time on the clock, but long way to go for Dickson here. 90 yards, only 35 seconds, and only one timeout.
Dickson takes over at the 10-yard line.
Going to have a timeout on the field. Coach Hopkins and the defense are going to call a timeout.
Yeah, just want to really go over with your guys here probably of making sure you stay sound. Probably going to leave maybe a extra couple of guys back a little deeper just in case they try to throw it here and come up with something big on you. But definitely just want to go over with your guys here. You've played so well this first half, you don't want to give up something cheap here right before halftime.
Absolutely.
And you can't take that timeout with you. You got to use it or lose it. So might as well use it and make sure everybody's on the same page here to finish out the half.
Basketball boys are selling a barbecue sandwich, chips, drink, and a cookie.
First and 10 now for the Dickson Comets at their own 10-yard line.
Was the clock running? It's down to 23.
The clock did run, Blaine. Now they're adding seconds to it.
There we go.
Counting up now. I haven't seen a clock count
up.
Yeah,
it was at 35. It shouldn't have ever started because of the timeout. You got it fixed now, looks like.
I'm going to take your advice and just say this first of the season for
first game for everybody.
Everybody here. Even our cameraman.
Who's doing a fantastic job, by the way. Doing a great job getting this to you on YouTube where you can see what's going on, not having to depend on just the commentary by myself and Cody. Big thank you to Nathan Harden for running that camera for us.
Commentary can get sketchy as well. Okay.
First game for us, too, Cody.
Absolutely. We're still figuring out what's going on here. White Hat has got the play stopped. I think it's still a clock issue, Blaine.
I think so, but I really think they've got it right now. I think it was at 35 after the interception, and then you had a timeout before any play was run, so I think it's where it should be.
Well, we've got a break in the action. Be sure and stick around for the Logan and Son halftime show. We'll have some scores from across the area. A few teams in the district did play week 0. We'll go over the new district. We got some new, fresh additions to the district. We'll talk about the differences, and now there's 2 different types of 2A this year. We'll talk about that, get you guys educated on that.
Looks like they've settled on.
So we held that up for 1 second.
We've settled on 34 seconds. Here we go.
Paulson under center, gets the snap. It's going to be a handoff straight up the middle, and he's drugged down from behind. That's, I believe it's number 8, Dax Childers, first one on the play there. And that could be it if Dickson chooses to go to half. Dickson will receive the ball when we return, and it looks like that they're going to be content to take this to halftime.
Yeah, another good play by Childers. He's made several really good plays tonight from that defensive end position, crashing down, helping to support on that run defense. And we are going to get to halftime.
And that'll do it. The Wildcats hold a 6-point lead here. It's 6-0 as we conclude the first half here in Dickson.
At halftime.
We'll take a break. We'll have some first half stats and some other commentary. We'll have the bands as well. We'll take a break and be right back here. This is Wildcat Football on 107.5 KZIG, The Rock.
The RX shop is now under new ownership. Jason and Sedana Lanig and their 2 daughters are longtime residents of Caney and are looking forward to continuing the same great service for you and your family. They're excited for this opportunity to serve our community and invite you to let them help you with your healthcare needs. Call 580-889-3331, 580-889-3331, or come by 872 West 13th Street in Atoka. RX Shop thanks you for shopping local.
Brown's Funeral Service in Atoka, Coalgate, Durant, and Medill are proud to be a part of the communities they serve. Since 1994, Brown's Funeral Service has proudly supported nonprofits, police and fire departments, local military members, and area schools. The staff at Brown's Funeral Service takes great pride in these endeavors because they realize it's more than being in business. It's about being a thread in the fabric of our community. Brown's Funeral Service, where service begins but never ends.
This is Eric Studeville, inviting you to buy the Studeville way.
Whether you're looking for open roads
or you like them built tough,
there is only one way to buy your vehicle.
And that's the Studeville way.
Studeville Chevrolet, 851 Westside Drive in Durant, and StudevilleChevrolet.com.
And Studeville Ford, 1601 South Mississippi in Atoka, and StudevilleFord.net.
The Studeville family of dealerships,
proudly serving you and your communities.
In a world full of possibilities and firsts, you need neighbors in your corner, experts who have your back, and a cheering section to keep you going. That's why we're here. For 100 years and counting, we've been the first bank of dreaming big and the first bank of what's next. At First Bank, we believe that anything's possible, and we're here to help you believe it too. First Bank, here for possibilities.
Logan & Sons in Atoka has the outdoor equipment from top brands to make your outdoor work or play a cinch. Still, Exmark, Hustler, Spartan, Intimidator UTVs, and Envy neighborhood vehicles are in stock and ready for you. Stop by today at 853 South Mississippi or call 580-889-3329. Logan & Sons, proudly supporting all our local athletes.
And we're back here in Dickson for the Logan & Sons halftime show. Whether taking on large commercial landscapers or your own backyard, trust Logan & Sons with a full line of Steel, Hustler, Exmart, and Spartan outdoor power equipment. Be sure and follow Logan & Son on Facebook. On the field now is the pride of Coalgate, the Coalgate Wildcat Marching Band under the direction of Mr. Tim Howe. We'll step aside and turn them up. This is the Wildcat Marching Band. That was the pride of Coalgate, the Wildcat Marching Band for viewers back at home. 14:22 to go here in halftime as the Dickson Comet Band makes their way out onto the field. Blaine has some first half stats.
Yeah, for the Wildcats as a team, 8 first downs, 18 carries for 65 yards, 6 out of 12 throwing the ball, 35 yards, 1 touchdown, 3 interceptions as a team. Only 1 penalty for just 10 yards, though. The Wildcats have played pretty cleanly so far. Here's probably the biggest negative on offense, 0 of 5 on third down so far. got to get into a little bit more manageable third down situations. Most of those have been third and longs. For Dickson, 1 first down, 15 carries for 28 yards, 0 of 2 passing. Both of them were picked off. Dickson has 9 penalties for 100 yards of penalty yardage. So Dickson playing very sloppily. They're 0 of 6 on third down.
Sure, Coach Cater and Coach Hopkins very pleased with the, I guess, the discipline side of aspects. Just 1 penalty here in the first game.
Yeah, I think you definitely take that. Defense has played really well. Offense has moved the ball pretty well at times. Kind of got bogged down in Dickson's end of the field several times. Just got to be a little bit more efficient on offense.
13:08 to go here in Carter County. This is the Logan & Sons halftime show, roaming the neighborhood or on the back 40. Do it in an Intimidator UTV or an NV crossover. Test drive one today at Logan & Sons in Atoka. I want to thank all of our new sponsors that we have this year. Again, we talked before pregame, a lot of excitement here surrounding the Coalgate football. The first really excitement and expectations that they've had in quite a while here for the Wildcats.
Yeah, for sure. I'd say probably the most expectations going into a year probably since 2018.
This is the Dickson marching band. We'll step aside and turn them up. And this is the Logan & Sons halftime show. The Wildcats lead 6-0 here on 107.5 KZIG, The Rock.
You may take the field for your performance.
This is the Logan and Sons halftime show. We'll take another break and be back with some scores from around the area, as well as first half analysis, and get you set for the second half when we return right here on 107.5 KZIG, The Rock.
45% of people put off buying life insurance according to industry research. Insuring yourself and your family can help you be more prepared in the event of an illness or a tragic accident. Call your local farmer's agent, Lucinda Holland, and discover coverage options you can tailor to your priorities and budget. To learn more about your coverage options, call Lucinda Holland at 580-889-3745.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Life insurance issued by Farmers New World Life Insurance Company, Bellevue, Washington. Industry research conducted by Lima, and Life Happens in 2021.
Brown's Funeral Service in Atoka, Coalgate, Durant, and Medill are proud to be a part of the communities they serve. Since 1994, Brown's Funeral Service has proudly supported nonprofits, police and fire departments, local military members, and area schools. The staff at Brown's Funeral Service takes great pride in these endeavors because they realize it's more than being in business. It's about being a thread in the fabric of our community. Brown's Funeral Service, where service begins but never ends.
A community bank is far more than just a bank that offers the services such as online and mobile banking, mobile deposit, and loans that fit your needs. A community bank invests in the community it serves. Your phone call will be answered by local people you already know and will make you feel welcome by greeting you as you enter the lobby. At Shamrock Bank, we effectively combine convenient banking technology with people you know and trust. It really is the people that make the difference. At Shamrock Bank, you are more than a customer, and we are more than a bank. Shamrock Bank, member FDIC.
Cole County General Hospital is proud to stand behind our Coalgate Wildcats, committed to being a leader in health services and dedicated to improving each and every life we touch. Cole County General Hospital is a community-minded organization supporting our local businesses with resources and our community with care. We're located at 6 North Covington Street in beautiful Coalgate, Oklahoma. Stop in today or go to our website at ccghospital.com and see how we can help you. Cole County General Hospital. Go Wildcats!
And welcome back to the Logan and Sons halftime show. It is 6-0 here in Dickson, Oklahoma, as the Wildcats
and the winner is
have an early lead here in the first game of the season. Blaine has a few scores. Not a lot. This is week 0, Blaine. There's not a lot of teams play. And to explain week 0 to people, this is officially the first week you can play football. For a lot of teams, they don't take advantage of that. This is considered their bye week. They just get another week of practice. For some teams, they take advantage of this week, play this week, and then have a bye scheduled somewhere in the middle of the season. For the Wildcats, it's actually a smart bye. It'll be between the Atoka game, which is the last district game, and the last non-district game, and I believe it's Holdenville, the first district game. So they'll have a break there between non-district and district play, kind of that built-in bye there for the Wildcats.
Yeah, and it is a little odd this year for week 0 to be this week, because a lot of years week 0 is the weekend before Labor Day weekend. Yeah. So it's a little wonky this year, but are a few games. One major score of interest because it's our opponents next week. Halftime in Pecola. Pecola leads Antlers 36-20. Another game pretty close down in our neck of the woods. Idabel leads Valiant 23-0 at halftime.
I didn't quite get the score. Tishomingo actually played last night. They went all the way to Prairieland, Texas, to play their week 0 game. I wasn't able to get the score, but they played last week. As we go over the new district here, Coalgate is considered Class 2. I guess it'd be
2A2.
Division 2, 2A District 4. Mm-hmm. And so what the OSSA done this past year, they basically Class 2A is the largest district in this, or the largest class in the state. They took these 2A schools and they classified them as a big 2A school as far as student enrollment, and small 2A school. Your larger 2A schools are considered Division 1 Class 2A. The smaller schools where Coalgate is at, Division 2 Class 2A. And so we do have some of the old regulars as far as district opponents. We do keep Tishomingo, Holdenville, Davis, ourselves. We have seen Comanche in the past. They're in our districts. And then a couple of new ones that we haven't played. I'm not sure that we've ever played them. A new one is Beggs. Beggs up around Okmulgee. Community Christian, private school there in Norman, in the Norman area off I-35. And Dibble. We get Dibble this year. So the new district consists of Beggs, Coalgate, Comanche, Community Christian, Davis, Dibble, Holdenville, and Tishomingo. We are, again, Division II, Class 2A, District 6 is what Coalgate is in this year. I know it's a tongueful. It's allowed. But we are Division II, Class 2A, District 6. Blaine, what do you think of that? Just initial district teams that we have for this year.
Initial thoughts, obviously you have a couple of perennial powers in there in Davis, who you're always in a district with. You know, mileage-wise, you're close. Size of school, you're virtually the same. Probably never not going to be in a district with Davis. But then Beggs, you know, I think they've maybe been a little down the last year or two from what they were. But Beggs has been a perennial power in 2A for a long time, and, you know, in different districts. You know, there's one of the better players on OSU's defense, Kendall Daniels, went to school at Beggs. So Beggs is the type of school that is probably going to come into this district, and I would say probably really compete with Davis pretty strongly for that top spot. And after that, I feel like it's pretty wide open. You know, Holdenville has been really good the last couple of years, but they had a really large senior class last year, so you would think there would be a little bit of a drop-off there from Holdenville. And then the Wildcats are going to have a good chance to be right in that mix for that third, fourth spot in this district. Dibble has not been real good the last few years. Community Christian has struggled. Tishomingo, you know, we know what Tishomingo's been over the last few years. Had their moments, but overall has struggled. So it's a district.
Comanche struggled last year too. They've been decent in the past. Kind of an outlier where they're pretty good for a couple of years, and then they're kind of back to, you know, not bad football, but not as
just decent
football.
You know, I think it's a district that, you know, it's going to be pretty difficult to compete at the very, very top of right now. But I think competing for that third, fourth spot is very realistic for this Wildcat team.
And it's a good place to start for the Wildcats, who haven't been to the playoffs in over 6 years now. 2018 was the last time that the Wildcats were in the playoffs, not counting the COVID year. So just getting into the playoffs, 3-4 spot. The top two do host a playoff game, and you can't ever tell. The Wildcats do have to go to Community Christian, to Dibble, and to Holdenville are the road games this year.
And I would think that would potentially be the other three teams that you're kind of fighting with for that third, fourth spot. And maybe Comanche as well. You get Comanche at home, but you do kind of have schedule-wise, you're in a spot where you get them top two teams at home, but the other teams you're really competing with for that third and fourth spot, most of them are you're going to have to go on the road and beat a couple of those teams if you want to ultimately end up in that third or fourth position.
Some other teams in the district that are taking advantage of week 0 this week. Beggs is playing Class 3A Verdigris. Verdigris is usually a pretty good team. That's probably a pretty good game. And then Community Christian, my goodness, they're taking on Washington tonight in week 0. So.
Yeah, I did see that score. It was looked like it was I think they might have actually played last night. It was 46-3. Washington won.
46-3, and the Beggs score, I just saw it. It was 13-3, I believe, was the score of Beggs and Verdigris. It's halftime. Beggs is leading 13-3. That game being played there in Beggs. So, some fresh additions. You know, we lose some teams that we've kind of grown accustomed, familiar with. Kingston being one of them. Kingston moving up to the considered large Class 3A.
And this is probably the first time in a lot of years that haven't been in the same district with Marietta as well.
Yeah,
we've been in the same district with Marietta a lot.
That's another one that's very familiar with. You know, Atoka's always hit or miss. Atoka is still technically considered small 2A, but Atoka gets that eastern kind of eastern.
Yeah,
and that district actually goes up further up with Vian. They get Vian in that district.
They're with Vian, Spyro, Antlers, Valiant. That's kind of some of who's in that more eastern district.
So the Boggy Bottom Bowl will take place week 3 this year. That'll be actually Coalgate's first home game. The Coalgate Wildcats will start on the road first 2 weeks of the season as we travel west tonight to Carter County. We'll go east next Friday night to Pushmataha County, take on the Antlers Bearcats. Coach Beasley and the blue and gold are having a tough time at Pecola tonight. I believe it's 36-20 was the last score that I seen.
Yeah, that's a high-scoring game. That's at halftime, 36-20. A lot of points in that one.
So about a minute 15 left to go here, Blaine. You got some keys to the second half here as we conclude the Logan & Son halftime show.
Second half defense, keep doing what you're doing. Defense is playing outstanding. Couldn't play any better on the defensive side of the ball. Keep playing physical. Keep getting them in those 3rd and longs and taking advantage of it and covering up well and finding interceptions like they've done a couple of times in that first half. Offensively, you've moved the ball some. Just got to get a little more consistency, take a little better care of the football. Had 3 turnovers in that first half on offense. So offensive key, I would say, is protect the ball and just get in a little better rhythm, a little bit better consistency with moving the ball.
Again, this has been the Logan & Sons halftime show. Whether taking on large commercial landscapes or your own backyard, trust Logan & Son with a full line of Stihl, Hustler, Exmart, and Spartan outdoor power equipment. Be sure and follow Logan & Sons on Facebook. Logan & Sons, proud supporter of Coalgate Athletics. Want to thank them for joining us this year. Be sure and stick around for the Farmers Agent Lucinda Holland postgame show. We'll have post-game stats. We'll also have the First Bank Player of the Game. As always, we want to thank First Bank, our presenting sponsor tonight, bringing us the broadcast, sponsoring the video broadcast. Wherever you are, however you're listening, we, of course, always want to thank you for joining us, whether you're on YouTube this year. Again, if you're listening on 107.5 KZIG, you can go to YouTube, not YouTube TV, but regular YouTube. There's a difference now. Not YouTube TV, it's regular YouTube.
We're not quite that fancy yet.
We're not big boys yet, but we're working on it. Go to regular YouTube and then search at Coalgate Wildcats, at the circle A, capital C, Coalgate, capital W, Wildcats, and be sure and click subscribe and turn on notifications, and that will be where we will broadcast each and every week this season of Coalgate Wildcat football. Again, I'm Cody Newberry, being joined alongside Blaine Riley. We've got 12 minutes on the clock. Teams are lined up for the start of the second half. Coalgate leading 6-0. Can the Wildcats pick up victory number 1 of this young season? 24 minutes to decide. Here's the kickoff. Picked up at the 15-yard line, running straight ahead to the 20, to the 25, bouncing outside to the 30. Pushing the pile and is going to come up just shy of the 35-yard line. It's a good return there by the return man of Dickson, down to about the 34-yard line. That's where Dickson will take over to start the second half.
Yeah, nice return. Was able to find some room there, taking it from about his own 17 up to the 34, about a 17-yard kick return, and Dickson will take over 1st and 10 from their own 34 to start this third quarter.
We'll see if Dickson kind of figured some things out at halftime. It's been an absolute stifling defense that the Wildcats have produced here tonight. Paulson under center. Gets a snap. Quick handoff. Man, the backfield. Ball's on the ground. Ball's still on the ground. I don't know if Hart got it back. I believe he did. Kyler Wood says Coalgate has it.
Looked like the Wildcats had a good chance to get it. Don't know if they did or not, though.
Looks like Dickson will retain possession, but not after losing a couple of yards on the play. Again, we've seen the Wildcats in the backfield disrupting this misdirection offense. It's 2nd down and 12.
Yeah, good job getting penetration into the backfield once again, forcing that fumble. Just wasn't quite able to get on it. Dickson retaining possession, but you got them against the sticks already again here to start the second half. 2nd and about 12 coming up.
Caden Russell, Denny Foran, Rowdy Hemphill, and Dax Childers, the defensive line for the Wildcats tonight. Kyler Woods sneaking up on that far side. Polson under center. Handoff, Hart up the right side, cuts back to the middle, finds a little bit of hole, crossing the 35. up to the 37-yard line. Picks up about 5 yards on the play, positive yards there. It'll be third down and about 8, maybe 7 coming up here for the Comets.
Yeah, good run that time, finding a little bit of room. Was initially stuffed pretty well, but he was able to bounce back to the inside on that play and scoot forward for about 4 or 5 yards, make it third and about 7 here from the 37-yard line.
Dickson quickly to the line of scrimmage. Snap, throw, being chased out of the pocket, tackled from behind, and I believe the ball was incomplete.
Oh, they're ruling it. Oh, no.
Yes, no,
okay.
It's incomplete. The ball bounced.
I thought they were going to call that.
The receiver, yeah.
Thought they were going to say that was complete for a minute, but they do make the right call. Definitely bounced. Bring up fourth down.
Stowe was quickly in the backfield there, pressuring Paulson as Paulson rolled out to the right. Got to figure a punting situation here coming up for the Comets.
Yeah, really good pressure in the backfield by Bryson Stowe. He was almost able to get him for the sack. Couldn't quite get him down, but incomplete pass will bring out the punt unit once again for Dickson.
Tristan Trevathan now the lone man standing at his own 35-yard line as Hart standing at his own 25. Gets the snap. Steps into the punt. Of a wobbly punt. Bounces at the Coalgate 35, rolls to the 30, and that's where it dies at the Coalgate 29-yard line. And the Wildcats will, after a 3 and out on defense for the Wildcats, we'll see if the Wildcats can come out on offense. About 70 yards to pay dirt.
Yeah, another good defensive possession by the Wildcats there. Stifling defense, 3 and out. Decent field position here to start for the offense. 1st and 10 at their own 30. See what adjustments we've made on offense at halftime here. Looks like Colby Brown is back in at quarterback.
Going to be split receivers. Trevathan and Diaz to the near side. Shotgun formation, handoff. Nope, quarterback keeper. Cuts up the middle.
Is a flag.
A few yards on that play by the quarterback keeper on that RPO. It is a false start against the Wildcats. It looked like Stowe moved a little bit. Looks like he budged a little bit there before the snap. So pre-snap penalty for the Wildcats backs them up 5 yards. It'll be 1st and 15 now from their own 25-yard line. Wildcats left to right on your radio dial. 10 minutes, 12 seconds to go here in Carter County.
Yeah, just unfortunate to start with a penalty when you only had one the whole first half. Make you 1st and 15 here.
Shotgun formation. Brown gets a snap. Handoff, Stowe up the middle, and is only able to get a couple of yards on that play. Looks like they're going to give him 1. It'll be 2nd down and 14 for the Wildcats.
Yeah, once again, as it has been most of the night so far, not a whole lot of room up the middle of this Dickson defense. Only getting a couple there, making it 2nd and about 13 or 14.
2nd and 13.
Split receivers, 2nd and 13 now. Stowe flanking Brown to his left. Brown gets a snap, steps back in the pocket, has time, throws across the middle, and it's incomplete. Hart draped all over the back of Diaz.
That's broken up by number 1, Austin Hart.
It's a pretty good play there by Hart.
Yeah,
across the middle.
That's good coverage there. That was really nice coverage. Good job by Brown of fitting it into that window, though. Ball got through. That's one Tate would probably tell you he probably needs to catch that one. He got his hands on it. Not an easy catch at all, but one that really need to help your quarterback out and get that one brought in.
So 3rd and 13. Same formation, split receivers. Brown with the snap. Looking to throw, has time, throws near side, and falling down, making the catch at the 35 is Tate Diaz. It's going to be about 5 yards short of the line to gain. Blaine, I don't know if we don't, with the defense playing like it is, do you take a chance and go for it?
I think you might. There's 2 schools of thought. You can either say the defense is playing so well, go for it, or you can say the defense is playing so well, punt it, try to punt it and pin them deeper and play the field position game. I don't think you go wrong either way.
Well, the last punt the Wildcats had went about 8 yards.
Right.
Marlowe lined up behind Nelson at that left tackle, and looks like Brown's going to step back into the punt formation. Here's a snap, bobbles it, picks it up, And he's being chased. He has some room to run to the 45, and he
got
crosses.
it.
He got the first down. He got it, crosses the 40.
That's a first down.
He was a little loose with the football there at the end. I thought Dickson might pop it out. That's enough for a first down.
Yes, it is. Good job by Colby Brown making the best of that busted play. He kind of bobbled the snap. Thought he didn't have time to get the punt off after that, so he took off and made a couple men miss and powered forward for about 5.5 yards, and that was just enough for the first down.
You know, something to look at in that when that quarterback steps back in that punt, you're not lined up as deep as a normal punter is, so the margin of error is a lot smaller. Going to be a handoff to Stowe around the left side, crossing the 45, and still moving the pile, and he gets out of bounds, crossing the 45 up to the 46. Gain of 6 yards on that play. Again, Wildcats with some positive yards around the edges.
Yeah, I think that
picks up 6, be 2nd and 4.
I think that's where the advantage is. You know, Dickson's pretty strong, pretty big up the middle. I think the Wildcats have a little bit more speed, and so that's when you start going around the edge and getting those positive plays.
2nd and 4 from the Coalgate 46. Handoff to Barnett up the middle, has some room to run, bounces it out to the left, crossing midfield to the 50, has enough for the first down, and is taken down at the Dickson 49-yard line. Moves the chains for another Wildcat first down.
Another nice run off of left tackle that time by Che Barnett. Gets 6 yards and another first down. Once again, more room on the edges. Use that speed that the Wildcats have. That's their advantage over Dickson.
See Dickson really rotating guys on that defensive front now. Barnett flanking Brown. Split receivers. Shotgun formation. Brown gets a snap. Another handoff Barnett, this time running to the near side. Crossing the 50, lowers his shoulder, might have got a yard on the play. Looks like they're going to give him the original line of scrimmage. No gain. It'll be 2nd down and 6.
Yeah, Dickson did a better job of defending the edge that time. That was one where if you have another chance at it, you might want to put your foot in the ground and cut back inside on that one perhaps if you're Barnett. But does get back to the line of scrimmage, make it 2nd down and 10.
7 minutes and 15 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Week 0, game number 1 for the Wildcats. Kickoff weekend. Shotgun formation, 3 receivers, and a blitz coming around the near side. Wide receiver screen to Marlowe. Far side, crossing the Dickson 45, taken down just shy of the 40, about the 42. We'll say he picks up about 7 yards on the play. It'll be 3rd down now and 3 for the Wildcats.
Yeah, nice play there on the wide receiver screen to Marlowe. Does a good job of bringing that one in. Good throw from Brown. Good blocking, getting him about 7 yards, making this a very manageable 3rd down and about 3.5, 4 yards, looks like.
Ball spotted on the far hash. 3 receivers to the near side. Handoff, Barnett tries to get around to the left side edge, and that time the defensive end reads it a lot better, and Barnett loses some ground on that third down run, pushes Coalgate back to the Dickson 45. It'll now be 4th and 6 for the Wildcats.
Yeah, better job that time by Dickson setting that edge, not letting Barnett get around the edge for any yardage. Loses about 3 yards, 4th down.
Coalgate are lined up to go for it here. We'll see if Brown steps back to punt. Bobbled snap resulted in a first down run by Brown on the last 4th down play. Looks
play
like
clocks.
Coalgate's going to have to call timeout or they're going to take a delay of game.
Yeah, it looks like that's one where Coach Cater just says we'll take the 5 yards instead of burning a timeout here fairly early in the second half. That'll make it 4th and 11.
Ball spotted right at midfield. You got to imagine the Wildcats go for it here, and I'm actually not opposed to maybe a deep throw here. See what happens. 5.5 minutes to go.
Offsides.
That's offsides. They get the 5 yards back from the delay of game. Linebacker on the near side jumped across the line of scrimmage, and that puts Coalgate back at the 45. They got to get to the 39 for a first down.
Wildcats, once again, Cody, they did it all year last year, but just really good at drawing the other team off sides with their cadence.
Split receivers. Barnett in the backfield, flanking Brown to his right. Gets a snap. It's going to be a pass. Steps up, throws across the middle, tipped, and it falls harmlessly incomplete on the far side. To be a turnover on downs, and the Dickson Comets defense comes up stout there. They'll take over at their own 45-yard line.
Yeah, that was good coverage. He was trying to fit that one into a pretty tight window to Zeke Marlowe, and I think even if he gets it in there, Zeke's probably going to be stopped a yard or two shy of the first down. But as it is, Dickson with pretty decent field position here, probably their best field position of the night, save for the one interception. But defense is playing very well for the Wildcats. That's why you don't mind going for it on that fourth down there for sure.
Paulson still in at quarterback. Hart and Williams in the backfield. It's going to be a handoff to Hart. Up the middle and pushes the pile. The pile goes backwards. Looks like Hart got maybe 2 yards on that run. It'll be 2nd down and 8.
Yeah, good job of clogging that up fairly quickly on the right side of the defense there, limiting him to just about 2 yards on that first down play. Bring up 2nd and 8.
Comets break huddle. They'll have possession at their own 47-yard line. Be a pitch to the far side, trying to get the edge. Does get the edge, crossing midfield up to the Coalgate 40-yard line. Stowe thought he was held on that far side over there. No flag thrown, and Dickson picks up their largest play of the night there, get a first down.
Comet, first and 10.
Yeah, going to be marked at the 38-yard line.
Best run of the night by far for Dickson. Over there on the pitch to the right side. Got about 12 yards on that play for a first down.
Paulson under center. Gets a snap. Handoff, first man through. Met in the backfield. That was Rowdy Hemphill disrupting the play. Looks like Williams does fall forward for a gain of 1. It'll be 2nd down and 9 for the Comets.
Yeah, Hemphill was there right away, right at the line of scrimmage. Running back does a good job, like you said, of falling forward and getting a couple yards out of it, but just a 2-yard gain there on first down. Bring up 2nd and about 8.
Clock continues to run here in the third quarter. 3:55 to go. Coalgate nursing a 6-point lead here. 2nd and 9. Paulson gets a snap. Handoff, second man through. He gets around the edge, and he's pushed backwards, and then he falls forward, crossing the Coalgate 35 up to the 34. Picks up a decent chunk of play there, about 4 yards on that run. It'll be 3rd down and about 5 coming up for Dickson.
Yeah, what I'm seeing so far, if I'm Dickson, I don't know that I'm giving it to the first man through again. That first man through, the Wildcats are stopping it for just pretty well nothing every time. Having a little bit more success giving it to that second back coming through, being more consistently able to at least get 3 or 4 yards out of that play.
Eric Drain comes back into the game. He's in the backfield with Williams. It's a pitch to Williams around the near side, gets the edge, and he's got room to run to the 20, to the 15, to the 10, to the 5, and he's tackled from behind, but he crosses the end zone. Touchdown, Comets.
Yeah, and what's too bad about that is they missed a blatant hold on Rowdy Hemphill. He was being held that entire play. But is what it is. Didn't see it. Nice run. 34-yard touchdown run, and we're tied at 6.
So in a game that kind of feels like the Wildcats have dominated for the most part, it's now tied, and we're a field goal away from Dickson taking the lead here late in the third quarter.
Looks like they are going to attempt an extra point, running an extra man on late.
Here's the extra point. Snap back, ball down, kick on the way. The kick is up, and the kick is good. Dickson takes a 1-point lead. It's now 7-6 here in Carter County. We'll take a break. Be right back here on the 107.5 KZIG, The Rock.
No one likes the hassle of going to the tag office. That's why Cole County Tag Agent Leslie Battles and staff work to give you prompt service. Open Monday through Friday, 9 to 5:30, and even through lunch with no appointment needed. Cole County Tag Agency is a full-service motor license agency, providing registration renewals and title transfers for all types of vehicles, including boats, motorcycles, and ATVs. Driver's license renewals, real IDs, notary service, and now Pike Pass pickup location. Cole County Tag Agency, 28 North Main in Coalgate, a proud sponsor of Coalgate Athletics.
A community bank is far more than just a bank that offers the services such as online and mobile banking, mobile deposit, and loans that fit your needs. A community bank invests in the community it serves. Your phone call will be answered by local people you already know and will make you feel welcome by greeting you as you enter the lobby. At Shamrock Bank, we effectively combine convenient banking technology with people you know and trust. It really is the people that make the difference. At Shamrock Bank, you are more than a customer, and we are more than a bank. Shamrock Bank, member FDIC.
2:56 to go here in the third quarter as the Comets take their first lead of the ball game, 7-6 on that touchdown run there by Williams.
Big possession here for the Coalgate offense. Got to get some momentum back and move the ball here if you're the Wildcats on offense.
Number 25, Shea Barnett.
Here's the kickoff, lined up at the 40. It's a short kick, fair caught at the Coalgate 30-yard line. It's Tate Diaz, and that's where the Wildcats will take over possession here. 1st and 10 from their own 30.
Yeah, smart play there by Diaz to just fair catch that one. That was a pretty short, high kick. Was not going to be able to get much of a return out of it. Keeps pretty good starting field position, though. Fair catching that one at the 30. It's where the Wildcats will take over, 1st and 10.
We've seen Coalgate on that last offensive possession try to bounce it outside more than what we've seen other offensive possessions. Split formation, Brown in the backfield, being flanked by Stowe. Gets a snap. Pass coming up, has room to throw across the middle.
Got him!
Tate Diaz at the 40. It's a track meet to the 30, to the 25, to the 20, 15, 10, 5. Strike up the band, Hal.
That is
touchdown, Wildcats.
That is how you answer right there. That play has been begging to be called for a while, probably the way their linebackers
in the first half.
Way their linebackers have been playing the run and sucking up. They sneak Tate Diaz on the post route right behind it. Good throw by Colby Brown. Good blocking by the offensive line to give that play time to develop as far downfield as it was. Really nice play for the 70-yard touchdown pass, Brown to Diaz.
So the Wildcats retake the lead now, 12-7. 2-point conversion coming up. It's a pass, rolling to the right side, looking, has time, puts it up, throws at the goal line, and he's going to be short. Marlowe just unable to catch it. He caught it at the 1, was unable to push backwards, and the Wildcats have a 12-7 lead. We'll take another break. Be right back here. 107.5 KZIG, The Rock.
In a world full of possibilities and firsts, you need neighbors in your corner, experts who have your back, and a cheering section to keep you going. That's why we're here. For 100 years and counting, we've been the first bank of dreaming big and the first bank of what's next. At First Bank, we believe that anything's possible, and we're here to help you believe it too. First Bank, here for possibilities.
H&L Custom Processing is proud to support the Atoka Wampus Cats. A family-owned business by Gary and Charity Hensley, H&L offers custom processing of wild game as well as local livestock. H&L is USDA certified and makes it a goal to provide excellent service, cleanliness, and up-to-date processing services in their state-of-the-art facility. With immediate openings for beef and pork processing, H&L is here to help get your team ready for tailgating or backyard cookouts this season. Stop by and check out their facility in Coalgate or call 580-258-0263 for more information.
And we're back after that answer by the Coalgate Wildcats, a one-play, 70-yard pitch and catch. Picked up at the 20, tries to get to the edge, stepped to the middle to the 30, to the 35, pushing the pile to the 40. And that's where the Comets will take over at their own 40-yard line. Seemed like the Comets have been right here between 30 and 30 most of the night, Blaine.
Yeah, they have. That was a nice kickoff return, though. He brought that one in at the 20-yard line and was able to find some room and then finish it off pretty physically at the end, driving forward for an extra 4 or 5 yards out to about the 40.5, 41-yard line where the Comets take over 1st and 10. Through the defense, got to get back to that physical brand of football you have played for most of the night. Kind of got away from it a little bit at the end of that last drive.
Williams and Hart in the backfield, Polson under center. Now gets a snap, handoff, second man through. That's Williams. Tries to get to the edge, and we're going to have a flag coming in.
Should be a hold with where that's thrown, I would think.
Tackle by number 3, Zeke Marlowe. Flag on the play.
It's a good job by the defense there of stringing that out and not letting him get much. Only got about 2 yards.
The flag is thrown at the Dickson 43-yard line. It is against Dickson, so that'll move them back 10 yards. It is a spot penalty, so it'll probably be 1st and about 17 coming up.
Face mask against Dickson.
Oh, it's a face mask.
Oh, never mind. That's just a 5-yard flavor, though. I guess it was hands to the face, maybe.
Probably hands to the face, yeah.
So it is 1st and we'll say 14, 1st and 15 coming up now for the Dickson Comets. Paulson again going to go under center. Hart and Williams in the backfield. Get the snap. It's a pitch to Williams. Pushed inside. Over pursuit there by the Wildcats in the backfield. Ball comes loose. They say he was down. Gets past the original line of scrimmage. Picks up about 6 yards on that run. Down to the Dickson 43-yard line.
Yeah, it looked like it was Taylor Spears that was in the backfield really quickly on that one. Just kind of overran him, unfortunately. He was able to get down the field for about 6 yards out to the 42, 43-yard line, make it 2nd and about 8.
2nd and 8 coming up. Clock continues to roll now, under 1:50 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Paulson under center. Gets a snap, pitch. Near side, cuts back the middle, goes nowhere. That's Dax Childers from that defensive end position, playing really well tonight as Dax. Really scraping down, forcing that run back to the middle. Gets maybe a yard on the play, just shy of the 45. We'll say the 44. Be 3rd down and 6 now for the Comets.
Yeah, Childers playing really good assignment football. He's not the one making every play, but he is enabling a lot of these plays to be made, if that makes any sense, by doing what you were talking about. Strafing down, forcing runs back inside.
Here's the play. It's going to be a pass play. Paulson met in the backfield, and he's slung down. That time, Taylor Spears, he said, I won't over-pursue this time. Massive loss of yards on that play all the way back, just shy of the 30. Paulson, as soon as he turned, he had a face full of Taylor Spears.
Really
Big-time
nice
sack there by Taylor.
Really nice play by Taylor. He did the same thing he did a couple plays before, but this time the quarterback was turning that way on the play-action pass, and he was able to get a hold of him and sling him down for a huge loss, make it 4th and 18.
Obvious punt situation here. Hart steps into it. Decent punt. It's going to bounce at the Coalgate 40, take a Dickson roll to the 35, and that's where it's going to go dead at the Dickson 35-yard line. Or Coalgate 35-yard line, excuse me. 18 seconds on the clock here in the 3rd quarter. We'll keep it right here.
Defense did a really good job there of answering their own score. You know, Dickson scored the long play, kind of took the momentum. Your offense came back out, took that momentum right back, and then your defense did a good job of shutting them down, 3 and out, going backwards, losing yards on the possession. Really good answer from the defense after that possession where they gave up a touchdown.
Wildcats will break huddle with 18 seconds on the clock here in the 3rd quarter. Kobe Brown coming back in at quarterback. This time Rowdy Hemphill in the backfield. Stacked receivers on the top of the screen. It's going to be a handoff. Hemphill up the middle, bounces around, gets past the original line of scrimmage, falls forward for maybe a yard, crossing the 35 to the 36. It'll be 2nd down and 9 for the Wildcats on what will probably be the final play of the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, not much room there for Hemphill. Got what he could, only 1 yard, and go to the 4th quarter now with a lead.
Wildcats again have the lead 12-7 as both teams score in the 3rd quarter. 1 final to go. 12 minutes here in Dickson, Oklahoma. We'll take a break. Be back here on 107.5 KZIG, The Rock.
This is Eric Studeville inviting you to buy the Studeville way.
Whether you're looking for open roads
or you like them built tough,
there is only one way to buy your vehicle.
And that's the Steubenville way.
Steubenville Chevrolet, 851 Westside Drive in Durant, and SteubenvilleChevrolet.com.
And Steubenville Ford, 1601 South Mississippi in Atoka, and SteubenvilleFord.net.
The Steubenville family of dealerships,
proudly serving you and your communities.
When it comes to gifts that wow them, start your journey at the Flower Garden at 32 North Main in Coalgate. Whether it's planning that big event or you just remembered your wedding anniversary midway through the workday, the Flower Garden can get the gift you need right and on time. Follow the Flower Garden on Facebook or book online 24/7 at theflowergardencolgate.com. The Flower Garden, proudly serving Coalgate and surrounding areas since 1945.
We flip the field. Wildcats now right to left on your radio dial. We got 12 minutes on the clock and the number 4 in the quarter part. One final quarter to go here. It is 2nd down and 9 as Trevathan is in motion. Dickson showing blitz.
Trick play.
Trevathan going to throw it deep down the field and throws it out of bounds. Tate Diaz was open. Trevathan didn't quite get his feet set, had a little bit of pressure there. Wildcats going for a trick play there. It'll be incomplete, 3rd down and 9.
Yeah, it's too bad that Dickson was able to get just enough pressure on him because Diaz was wide open. If they don't have that little bit of pressure on him and he's able to really make a good throw, that might have been another 6 for the Wildcats there. So now you got 3rd down and 9. See what the Wildcats do with that.
Ball spotted at the Coalgate 37-yard line. Blitz coming, picked up the middle. Flag from the far side. It will be against the Wildcats. Illegal procedure. That'll back the Wildcats up 5 yards and make this 3rd down just a little bit more tougher.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. It was already a 3rd and long situation with 3rd and 9. Now you have more like 3rd and 14 after that false start penalty.
Wasn't able to see who jumped for the Wildcats. I believe it was on that right side somewhere. 3rd and 13, 3rd and 14 for the Wildcats. Brown gets a snap, under pressure, steps up in the pocket, throws across the middle, and it's Diaz sliding down and through his hands. It was a tough catch, but Diaz had it right in his hands. He's making the sliding catch. Falls incomplete. Good pocket awareness there by Kobe Brown to step up and out of pressure to bring up 4th and 14.
Yeah, it's a nice play by Colby, managing the pocket, stepping up away from the pressure. Put a really nice ball on Diaz, just wasn't quite able to come up with it on the sliding catch that time. That's a nice throw, though, by Brown.
4th and 14, Hemphill in the game now. In the backfield with Brown.
They're going to back up and punt now.
Brown's going to take a few steps back and await the punt. Short punt, better punt.
Much better punt.
Going to take a Coalgate roll to 40 and roll almost to the Dickson 40-35. It'll be stopped at the 37-yard line of Dickson. 11 and a half minutes to go here in the 4th quarter.
Punting has been a little bit of an adventure tonight. You've had one not go so well. You've had another where you bobbled the snap, was able to run for the 1st down, but that time was a much better punt by Colby Brown. No return on it, getting a good roll all the way to the Dickson 36. Best punt of the night by far.
So the Comets come out now, trying to retake the lead after that quick response there by the Wildcats 2 possessions ago. Paulson under center, Hart and Williams in the backfield, and we're going to have a stoppage of play.
It's like a timeout.
Looks like Dixon's going to call a timeout.
Timeout, Dickson.
We'll leave it right here, 11 and a half minutes to go here in the 4th quarter. We've seen the defense place really stout defense for all but about one possession.
One
possession. That was the possession that the Dickson Comets did score on.
It was the first possession that Dickson started handing it off to the second man through and pitching it around the edge more. And then they come out and tried to do that again the next possession, and the Wildcats had kind of figured it out, looked like, and stuffed it. So we'll see what happens here, but overall, been a really good night for the Wildcat defense, save for that one possession.
Dickson Comets taking over. They'll have first down and 10 from their own 36-yard line. 11:35 to go here in the fourth quarter. Dickson burning one timeout. Coalgate still has all three. Paulson goes under center. It's going to be a handoff to Williams around the left side, right side, and he's tackled from behind. But that was after he got enough for a first down. Picked up about 13, 14 yards just shy of the 50-yard line. Another chunk play there by Dickson.
Once again, the second man through. That has been the play that has probably given the Wildcats the most fits tonight on defense, is when they hand it to that second man through.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Ball spotted just shy of the 50, still on the Dickson 49-yard line. Same formation. Paulson goes under center. Handoff, second man through is Hart. That time, though, he goes nowhere. Got back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
That one was read a lot better. Rowdy Hemphill got in there really quickly and blew that play up right at the line of scrimmage for no gain.
They mark the ball back at the Dickson 49-yard line. It'll be second and 10 now. And we've seen that. We've seen Dickson maybe have one big chunk play, then go right back at it, and the Wildcats read it right immediately following the play.
And I don't know that it's even necessarily that the Wildcats are reading it better one play versus the other. Dickson, I think, is maybe just blocking it better at times than what they are at others.
I formation, Drain in the backfield. It's going to be a handoff, Drain around the left side. Tries to get to the edge, and he goes nowhere. Trip Jones coming over from that cornerback position, and Drain goes backwards. Loses 3 on that run. Be third down and 13 now for the Comets.
Really nice play by the freshman Trip Jones there. Getting in the backfield, getting him down for a loss of about 3 to make it third and about 13 for Dickson. Got him right where you want him, third and long. I don't think they've completed a pass all night.
I think they've completed more to us than they have.
Yeah, they definitely have done that. I don't think they've completed a single pass all night so far. So this is definitely what you want to get them into.
Paulson under center. Man in motion. It's a pitch to the short side of the field. Cuts back to the middle, and he's tackled right at midfield at the 50. Loses the ball right at the end. The Wildcats come away with it, but forward progress was stopped, and Comet was down. So it'll be fourth down and 9 right at midfield. And the Comets will bring out the punting unit.
He had a little bit of room initially, and then it closed down quickly. The Wildcats were able to get him on the ground after about 4 yards. Looks like there's a Comet down.
We got a cramped player on the field. So again, 9.5 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter here in Dickson. Temperature is now 76 degrees as the wind has all but died, as the American flag is absolutely not moving. It's getting kind of stuffy.
Has gotten very still.
No, we were worried about the chance of rain here. About an hour before kickoff. I mean, it wasn't but maybe a mile or two. We could see the rain back to our left here, and that's about as close as it got.
Yeah, we had that one come through just to our north, and another one that looked like it was back pretty close to Ardmore and just kind of moved straight east and stayed just to the south of us. Stayed dry all night. Been a beautiful night for football.
As we're now into the false fall part of the seasons that we have here.
Yeah, probably out of the oven at this point, thank goodness.
Yep. Trevathan's going to stand in his own 20-yard line awaiting the punt from Hart. Low snap, and we're going to have a flag. And it's going to take Hart 5 extra yards to make this punt, as it's going to go backwards with a false start against Dickson. As they're now well over 100 yards and penalties for the night. Pushes them back to their own 44-yard line.
Yeah, they're at 115 penalty yards on 12 penalties for Dickson.
Not what you want to see first game for Coach Suffel. High snap, and it through his hands. Hart picks it up, is going to run with it over on the far side, and the Wildcats read it, and the Wildcats tackle hard at the 40, but we'd have a flag on the play. No, it's a shoe. Excuse me.
We have a loose shoe.
Paulson blew a tire, and his shoe is laying at the 40-yard line, so the Wildcats will take over at the Dickson 40-yard line. Good field position here for the Wildcats. As the Wildcats, it feels like if they can get one more touchdown, you feel really comfortable for the rest of the game. See if the Wildcats can get it done here.
Yeah, this is the time to do it. You're starting out in plus territory at the Dickson 40-yard line. Go ahead and put another one in the end zone here and feel like you're getting close to having this one salted away at that point.
Kyler Woods lined up behind the offensive lineman on the left side. Stowe flanking. Gets the handoff up the middle, crossing the 40 up to the 35. Picks up solid positive yards there. Picks up about 4 yards on that run, just shy of the 35 to the 36. It'll be 2nd down and 6 for the Wildcats.
Yeah, good first down play there, getting about 4 yards, staying on schedule on the run. Nice 4-yard run there by Stowe, making it 2nd and 6.
Same formation. Trevathan by himself, top of the screen. Handoff, Stowe up the middle. That time read better by the Comets, and he's pushed backwards. They do not give him forward progress. He got back to the line of scrimmage, but they say he's a yard short of that. So it'll bring up a 3rd and about 7 now coming up for the Wildcats.
Yeah, Dickson did a good job of stuffing the middle on that one, pushing Stowe back for a loss of a yard, making it 3rd and about 7 here. Definite 4-down territory, though, at this point in the game and this point on the field, I would think. Got 2 plays to pick up this 7 yards.
Same formation, Brown in shotgun. Gets the snap. Looking to throw, quick pass, far side, Trevathan at the sticks, and he has enough for the first down, tiptoeing down the sidelines up to the Dickson 25-yard line, moves the chains. Good pitch and catch there from Brown to Trevathan. Moves the sticks, and the Wildcats have a first down at the Dickson 27-yard line.
That's just a good job of taking what the defense is giving you. The corner on that side was playing well off the line of scrimmage. Good job of just getting that one out there quick on the little quick hitch route to Trevathan, and he does a good job of tiptoeing the sidelines for some extra yards and the first down.
Hand off to Stowe around the right side. Falls forward, crossing the Dickson 25-yard line. Picks up a couple of yards on that first down run. It'll be 2nd down and about 8 for the Wildcats.
Yeah, not much there. Did a good job of getting what he could. Only about 2 yards down to the 25. Make it 2nd and 8.
Clock continues to run in the Wildcats' favor now, right at 7.5 minutes to go here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, and that's a big part of the strategy now. Not only would you like to score on this possession, but eat up as much of this clock as you can as well at the same time. And those little run plays don't seem like they're going much of anywhere, but they're eating that clock as long as you're getting some positive yards.
40 seconds of play there. It's a shotgun formation. Handoff, Hemphill up the middle, lowers his head, crossing the 20 up to the 15. He says, we'll take another first down with us. Picks up about 10 yards on that run. Inside the Dickson 15-yard line, stops the clock momentarily to move the chains. The Wildcats quickly back to the line of scrimmage. Brown gets a snap. Same play, Hemphill up the middle. Read better by the Comets, but Hemphill just can't be stopped from falling forward. Falls just short of the 10-yard line. Another big play there by Rowdy Hemphill. Picks up 3 yards just shy of the 10. So if you're going to mark him at the 12, it'll be 2nd down and 6 for the Wildcats.
And that's just who Rowdy Hemphill is. He's tough. He runs hard. Not the fastest guy in the world, but he gets you those tough yards up the middle. Always seems to be falling forward, just like that play right there. Looked like they had him stuffed at about the line of scrimmage, and you turn around, and at the end of the play, he wound up getting 3 yards out of it.
Got to figure the next 12 yards is going to be mostly run plays here by the Wildcats. Brown, I say that, and then they throw it. What do I know? Brown throws that incomplete out of bounds. Tried the back shoulder throw to Trevathan.
Yeah, it looked like a little bit of miscommunication that time between Brown and Trevathan. Trevathan was expecting that throw to be more into the field at the sticks, and Brown was wanting to throw that one right at the sidelines. And luckily there was no Comet there to pick that one off. It just falls harmlessly out of bounds, makes it 3rd and about 6 or 7 here.
He does stop the clock with 6 minutes and 20 seconds to go here in the 4th quarter. Hemphill still in the backfield. Brown gets a snap, high snap, pulls it down, throws across the middle, has a man open. That's Kyler Woods. Sneaks out of the backfield, strike up the band. Man, it's a touchdown, Wildcats.
Really nice play. Snuck him over the middle of the field. Linebackers were sucking up for the run, thinking a run was coming. Good throw by Brown, good play concept, good catch by Woods for the touchdown.
And the Wildcats extend the lead now 18-7, awaiting the two-point conversion. 6:15 to go here in the fourth quarter. That's the trust they have in the young quarterback. Let Kobe Brown throw it. Kobe Brown's made some really good decisions tonight.
He's played well.
He's played very, very well for his first time starting as a quarterback.
Couple throws he'd like to have back, but those came in the first half.
Yep.
He's played really well in the second half, protected the ball, done what he needed to do.
High snap, looking to throw. Corner of the end zone, and it's batted down at the line of scrimmage. Ball's incomplete. Looks like they had Tate Diaz wide open in the back of the end zone for the two-point conversion, but Dickson knocks it down. Coalgate gets the lead now 18-7. Here with 6:15 to go. We'll take a break and be right back here. 107.5 KZIG, The Rock.
When it rains, it pours, so it's important for you to get the coverage that meets your needs. Farmers Insurance agent Lucinda Holland can help you understand your options so you can prepare for what the forecast brings. We know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two. Learn more by calling agent Lucinda Holland at 580-889-3744 to find out how she can help you protect the things that matter most to you. That's Lucinda Holland.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Underwritten by Farmers Truck Fire Insurance Exchanges and Affiliates. Products not available in every state.
Cole County General Hospital is proud to stand behind our Coalgate Wildcats, committed to being a leader in health services and dedicated to improving each and every life we touch. Cole County General Hospital is a community-minded organization supporting our local businesses with resources and our community with care. We're located at 6 North Covington Street in beautiful Coalgate, Oklahoma. Stop in today or go to our website at ccghospital.com and see how we can help you. Cole County General Hospital. Go Wildcats.
And we're back here in Dickson, Oklahoma, just outside of Ardmore. Here, 6:15 to go on the clock in the fourth quarter. 18-7 is the score in favor of the Coalgate Wildcats. Looking for back-to-back opening win seasons. Short kick, fair caught at the 30. It's dropped.
So I'd say that's still
prematurely
live.
Blew the whistle. Not sure why the officials did that. When players hear the whistle, they stop running. It looked like Coalgate kind of eased up there once they saw the fair catch.
Well, and now correct me if I'm wrong, too, but shouldn't that go back to the spot he tried to first catch it?
Yes.
Not where he recovered it? Which is not that big a difference, probably 2 yards.
2 yards. They're going to leave it where it is. 6 minutes, 13 seconds left. Dickson now trailing by 2 possessions. 18-7 is the score here. Dickson's got a long way to go. Paulson going to go under center. Hart and Williams in the backfield, and it's false start.
Whoa.
The left guard.
Cooler heads prevailed
Dickson.
because there was a couple of guys looked like they were on the verge of getting into it there after that, but cooler heads prevailed and they backed off from each other.
The officials are talking whether or not Dickson was pulled off sides. That argument goes to no avail. Coach Suffles, he's wanting the same thing, not going to get it, pushes Dickson back 5 yards. Now first down and 15 from their own 28-yard line.
I think what happened is the Wildcats were moving around on that defensive line, but they weren't getting in the neutral zone.
Yeah.
And as long as they're not getting in the neutral zone, they're free to move as much as they want. So that's definitely the right call for that to be a false start.
The officials still discussing the penalty. Play is still stopped as the officials talking things over behind the Coalgate defensive line.
The only thing you could be is if a Wildcat was actually with his voice trying to imitate the snap cadence. That's the only thing that could make that a defensive penalty.
I think they're going to move it back.
And that must be what – okay, well, how can it just go back to the original line? You have to call it on somebody, don't you? I guess they called it on both? Offsetting penalties?
I guess so.
I guess so. You don't see that very often, but I guess that's what they called.
The official did make the decline hand gesture, thinking
I
maybe
think he
those
was meaning.
penalties
I think he was
offset,
meaning offset though, because you wouldn't decline that if you're Coalgate.
which doesn't make any sense because One person calls another one to jump. Anyway, handoff to Hart around the right side, crossing the 35, tackle just shy of the 40. Picks up about 5 yards on that first down run. It'll be 2nd down and 5 now for the Comets.
Yeah, good first down run for Dickson that time, getting 5 yards. We do have more laundry on the field.
Personal foul against the Wildcats.
Personal foul against the Wildcats.
And that's what you don't want to do here if you're the Wildcats, is give Dickson any sort of free yards. They've struggled to move the ball all night. Don't want to get a drive jump started by penalties on your side.
I didn't see what the penalty was.
I didn't see it happen either. That leads me to think it may have been more of a verbal thing than a physical action. But either way, that's going to be a 15-yard penalty against the Wildcats. It's going to put it
just shy of the 45, 46-yard line of the Wildcats.
Yep.
Is where they'll stop the ball. The game clock now 6:01 here in the final quarter of the first game. Paulson going to go under center. Man in motion. It's a pitch. Tries to get to the left side. Cuts back up the middle. Does so, crossing the 45. Tackled at the 43. Picked up about 3-4 yards on that run. It'll be 2nd down and 6.
You know, blocked up pretty well initially, but the Wildcats do a good job of just flying around and swarming the football. You know, that's a 3-4 yard gain on first down, but initially as that was developing, looked like that could be a pretty big play. Wildcats did a good job of shutting it down for fairly limited yardage.
You talk about swarming. It's we're not calling defensive players because every defensive player comes off the pile when they get up from the run. Paulson under center. It's going to be a pass. Looking to throw deep down the field, and it's intercepted. Che Barnett picks it off at the 30-yard line, and that's a turnover. 3 passes, 3 interceptions for Dickson.
Second pick of the night for Barnett. He had one in the Wildcats' end zone in the first half.
So the Wildcats, 5 minutes to put this game on ice and pick up victory number 1.
Really nice play. Fortunate for the Wildcats that Dickson didn't see the receiver on the other side of the field. They actually did have a guy open on the other side of the field, but you take what you take, and good job of being where he did throw it and making second interception of the night by Che Barnett.
The officials start the 25-second clock as the Wildcats finally break huddle. Got to figure here, Blaine, you're going to see a lot of Rowdy Hemphill here for the next 5 minutes.
Heavy dose of Hemphill here probably to put this game on ice.
Brown gets a snap, handoff. Hemphill met in the backfield, and he's pulled backwards. Loses a couple of yards on the play. Dixon's just going to pin their ears back now and play that run defense.
Well, and, you know, we say see a heavy dose of Hemphill, but if Dixon's going to be that aggressive with it and you can get it blocked up, play action pass, slants over the middle, could go for 6 against that kind of defense.
Game clock now inside 5 minutes. Brown gets the snap. Not yet. Now Brown gets the snap. Late blitz coming. Handoff Hemphill up the middle, crossing the 30 up to the 35. Past the original line of scrimmage.
And that
play 3rd down and about 8 coming up.
And that play is another example of what can happen if you keep handing it off, though. If you can get past that initial wave of defenders, there's quite a bit of room open on the back end. Hemphill took that one for about 6 yards there on that play because he was able to break through that initial wave, make it a more manageable 3rd and about 8 here from the 35.
3 minutes and 50 seconds to go. I figure Dickson, they've got to try to get a stop here on this play here. Brown gets snapped, rolling out of the pocket, looking to throw. Still looking, takes the corner, cuts back up, now steps out of bounds. Something you want to tell your young quarterback, try to stay in bounds when you have the lead there. Steps out of bounds, and we have an injured Comet over on the Coalgate side. He gets up and limps back to the huddle. Stops the clock with 3 minutes and 33 seconds to go.
Yeah, that's
They're
one.
saying Brown only picked up maybe a yard on the play.
Yeah, that's one where in an ideal world, you'd like to be able to keep the clock running, but at the same time, you want your quarterback to protect himself too, and going out of bounds ultimately because of that for the quarterback is probably a little bit more okay than another player going out of bounds at that point.
4th down and about 5. We'll see if Brown steps back to punt.
I think he will. I think they're just going to try to draw him off sides like they've done 5 or 6 times already tonight.
Brown now standing at his own 30-yard line. Looking to punt. Hart goes back to receive. High booming punt. Bounces at the Dickson 43, and that's where it will be downed by Trip Jones. And that's exactly where Dickson will take over. 3 minutes and 28 seconds to go.
2-yard line.
Not a bad punt that time. A lot of hang time. Got a decent bounce. Not a lot of yardage, but no return. Let your defense go out and do what they've done for the majority of this game, and that's be stout and stuff this Dickson offense, keep them from moving down the field.
3 pass attempts and 3 interceptions. Blaine, I'm going to imagine that a pass is probably not in the cards here for the Comets.
Yeah, and that's the problem with this type of offense when you're so sold to it. They're not all set.
Wildcats were not set, but we do have a flag.
No, the offense wasn't all set either.
Nobody was set.
Yeah, neither team was all set. That quarterback really jumped the gun on that one.
Coach Hopkins yanks his headphones off. Mad at his defense for not hustling out there and getting set. Luckily, Dickson bailed him out.
And I think Dickson was maybe trying to take advantage of the fact that they weren't all set, but they weren't all set either.
So it'll be 1st and 15 now, back at their 37-yard line. Ball on the ground. Paulson picks it up, handoff. Williams up the middle. Gets back maybe the original line of scrimmage before he's tackled there by Zeke Marlowe. Picks up 4, shy of the original line of scrimmage. It'll be 2nd and 11, 3:10 to go in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, good play that time by Zeke Marlowe, limiting that to about a 4-yard gain on 1st down. 2nd and 11. Clock continues to dwindle down under 3 minutes here.
Dickson does have 2 timeouts. Paulson under center, gets a snap, handoff, trying the trick play, and Taylor Spears is there reading it again. Ran right into Taylor Spears as he rounded that corner.
Yeah, good play by Taylor Spears, staying at home, being in the spot where he's supposed to be, and making a good play there and bringing him down for a loss of about a yard.
A stoppage of play is.
Looks like Denny Foran.
Denny's taking a knee there at the Dickson 45-yard line. We'll take a break. Be right back here on 107.5 KZIG, The Rock.
When it rains, it pours, so it's important for you to get the coverage that meets your needs. Farmers Insurance agent Lucinda Holland can help you understand your options so you can prepare for what the forecast brings. We know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two. Learn more by calling agent Lucinda Holland at 580-889-3744 to find out how she can help you protect the things that matter most to you. That's Lucinda Holland.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Underwritten by Farmers Truck Fire Insurance Exchanges and Affiliates. Products not available in every state.
Cole County General Hospital is proud to stand behind our Coalgate Wildcats, committed to being a leader in health services and dedicated to improving each and every life we touch. Cole County General Hospital is a community-minded organization supporting our local businesses with resources and our community with care. We're located at 6 North Covington Street in beautiful Coalgate, Oklahoma. Stop in today or go to our website at ccghospital.com and see how we can help you. Cole County General Hospital. Go Wildcats.
And we're back here. Be sure and stick around for the Farmers Agent Lucinda Holland postgame show. We'll have final game stats. 2.5 minutes to go here. Paulson under center, looking to throw. Push out of the pocket, throws across his middle, falls incomplete. Dangerous pass there by Paulson. Just trying anything to work as Dickson knows they're going to have some chunk plays here. Looks like they may be down to their final play here. 4th and 11 for the Comets.
Yeah, good job by the Wildcat defense. Multiple players pursuing him, getting close to the boundary. He had to take a chance and just try to throw it somewhere. Luckily for Dickson, it landed on the ground, but throwing back across your body to the middle of the field's never really the ideal thing to do for a quarterback.
And I want to thank First Bank for presenting this game for us tonight and every week this year. Here's the 4th and 11, and we're going to have a timeout. Looks like Coach Hopkins is going to want to call timeout, talk things over with his defense. He knows that game comes down to this play.
Yeah, he saw something he didn't like there and wanted to talk to the defense, got that timeout just in the nick of time right before they snapped the ball.
2 minutes, 26 seconds to go. Again, the Lucinda Holland Farmers Insurance Agent postgame show coming up here in about 2.5 minutes. We'll have final game stats, some scores of interest. We'll also have the First Bank star of the game coming up this year. All that happening on the Farmers Insurance Lucinda Holland postgame show. We'll also get you set for